The mug.
Imagine a poop sock cozy.
Now that you can get those on the merch store. So all three designs that I have up there, you can get a koozie or cozy, however you pronounce it. And you can get a poop sock one, 100%. You can saddle, and they're only at $5. Like I got, like I said,
you can saddle your drink.
You can saddle your drink in a poop sock.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Yeah, saddle your drink in a poop sock koozie.
Countdown on the clock again. Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sins? Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone. Hit the streets with the truth, tell them that it's on.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Residentdarrell, and tonight I'm joined by the original crew, the OGs for at least a while. We got coming in clutch Kalai. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. And then we got Johnson, Jam, and Joe.
What's good, everybody?
All right. Good to have you guys. We hate that ZJ Zach couldn't make it. He is doing bud stuff.
Squeaky.
Love to see it.
No, he's doing work stuff. We're just basically bud stuff. That kind of stinks. So, Zach won't be with us. I think he'll be back next week. We will see. But until then, this has been the Loot Bros Podcast. Is the Loot Bros Podcast.
What are we at the end?
We're done.
Episode?
We're out.
Oh, it's over.
It was an intro and an outro.
Man, great episode. You guys next week.
Thank you guys for all you do. Joe, I think you might be recording through your headset and not your microphone. Because you're touching it and I can hear it move.
Oh, yeah. What the man.
There we go.
All right.
There you go. Good. That's
all
good.
right. Fuck it. All right. We're good.
That's all right.
All right.
This is Joe's first time, guys. This is
first time in a long time, apparently.
First time doing a podcast. Doesn't know how to use a microphone.
Honestly, it sounds a lot better anyway.
I mean, it's louder.
It's a lot louder than my $100 microphone, which is sad.
But when you scream, it gets really distorted.
Yeah. So you might want to pull your microphone a little away from your.
There we go.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
It's like I'm a telemarketer.
Yeah, somewhere between your face and your butt, but not in either one of those.
I like it in both of those. So hey.
There you go. All right, so Loot Bros Podcast. We talk about video games. All right, that's what we do. That's it. That's the only thing we do. Every now and again, I'll slide in a little comic book talk, but I don't know if everybody likes that. I still slide it in anyway. So this week, we're going to be talking games. We're going to be digging into a lot of the games we've been playing. Not a whole lot really outside of that going on right now. So we've got some cool stuff for you. We've got a bunch of community questions. But first, we're going to toast. This week's toast goes out to our Patreon producers. We got Redbeard Rick, and my name is effing Mayo. But I also want to toast to, hopefully, is a new listener. All right. But we got a handful of people that I actually went to the flea market today as the time of recording. And I had some really cool conversations, met some cool people. And one in particular is a video game collector. And, we got to have this really cool conversation. And I love coming across game collectors. I was out actually unloading a bit of my collection because it's just getting a little unruly for all of the things I have to do with the space. And so I was out there and I was like just kind of shooting the breeze, talking with everybody. And then I met this gentleman named James, a really nice guy. He came up, he was talking about his game collection, whatever. He joined our Facebook group and then immediately put me to shame with his haul. I had posted all the comics and the cool stuff I got. And then he posts like this ridiculous stack of like pristine Nintendo 64 games that he got from the flea market across from us for like $2 a piece. Did you see that, Joe?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Oh, dude, it was so cool. It was so
I
cool.
missed that. Oh my God.
Yeah, look at 6 hours ago in our Facebook group. So the only reason normally, we get people that come and go and join out of the group all the time. I just want to give him a special shout out because that is an incredible haul. And the conversation we had was that for him to join, and he's an avid game collector, similar to a lot of us. So I wanted to give him a shout out just for just laying it down on day one. And just, welcome to the group, James. So yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty. Now I have a question.
What you got?
How did it feel to look at so many good games? Because I know you're a PlayStation player.
I mean, it was cool. I love the Nintendo 64. So, it was awesome. Actually, I did sell a few of my 64 games today. I sold about 5 of them. So I have all these bins of games that I took off of the shelves and put a bunch of furniture in the basement. And I set the kids' gaming stations up in there because I moved my actual office into the office instead of the basement. So I'm in the middle of this weird remodel. And realistically, I need to pull everything out and just room by room, put the walls up and actually finish the place. But the thing that's so frustrating is that when I start moving stuff, I don't have anywhere to move it. And the thing is, it's 1,000 square foot basement. It shouldn't be as full as it is. So I got really frustrated when I moved the kids into the basement, and I was like, you know what? It's time. I'm going to just start downsizing and streamlining the things I want to collect. Because what I was doing was I was buying large amounts of bulk of different game consoles, but game consoles that I don't actually revisit, So I had this, God, dude, probably 400 Xbox 360 games, and I don't ever play them. Now, I did pull out the stuff that I really like and the things that I think are really cool. But for the most part, I let a bunch of it go. PlayStation 2 games. I've got a modded PS2 with everything that I want on it. And then I've got hundreds, probably another 200, 300, PS2 games. And so I pulled the ones out that I actually want, that I'll actually revisit and I'll play again. And I took a bin of those out there and sold them. And then some of the Nintendo 64 stuff, I probably 100 Wii games, it was a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I sold a lot of games today, and I traded a lot of games too. So I actually met this guy. Hopefully he's listening to the show, but he was out there with just long boxes of comics and then boxes and boxes of graphic novels and just so much cool stuff. But he wanted a bunch of the games that I had, and I wanted all the freaking comic books because you guys know how stupid I am over comics. So then what we did was we both sold for 6 hours. And then when we were both, it was blazing freaking hot. I'm burnt to a crisp. And so we were like, all right, what do you want to do? A box for a box? Let's go. And then so I put a box of games together for him. It's probably 140 games. And then I got a long box of comics and a stack of graphic novels. And it's just awesome. It was a really cool day. So I met a lot of freaking cool people. Talked games with a lot of people, which was really awesome because that doesn't usually happen. I've gone out to the flea market a handful of times over the past probably 5 years and sold stuff. I usually just go and buy everything, but I don't usually make conversation with people. It usually doesn't work out to where I meet people that are actually gamers. The ones I usually run into are just what we call sharks, and they're out there to buy everything up at a real cheap price and then resell it. And they're not usually very friendly. They just kind of want to grab this stuff and go. So it was very interesting. It was a very good day. So you guys got anything you want to toast to?
I mean, I'm a huge baseball fan, so I want to toast to my New York Mets who are crushing it right now, and they're on pace to win 100 games this year, or close to 100 games. So I'm pretty excited about that. They're finally going to make the playoffs after a long, long drought of not making the playoffs. And let's toast to the greatest wrestling federation of all time, AEW.
AEW! Oh, yes.
Ooh.
But most importantly, we got a toast to Kalai being here.
And she's back.
I'm hoping so, guys. Tomorrow marks the halfway point for Jim's initial treatment.
That's good.
Awesome.
Good.
Congratulations.
Good job, Jim. Good job. He's killing it. He's crushing it. He's going to kick cancer's A.
Fuck cancer.
Yep. F it in the B hole. All right. So what we're going to do in this show is going to be a little bit different. We are shooting the bull and doing a little bit of nonsense. But instead of starting the show off with what we're playing, we're going to end the show with what we're playing. And we're going to just do a longer segment of actually talking through games. I've got quite a handful that I want to talk about. Joe always brings a handful. And Kalai, since Kalai has had a bunch of downtime lately, she's actually able to talk about a bunch of different games too. So rather than just kind of breeze over, here's the 5 games I touched this past week, we're going to wait and we're going to jump into all of the community stuff first, do community questions, and then end the show with a extended segment of what we've been playing. So what we'll do is we will jump into the leaderboards. You guys know the drill. If you're new to the show, what we do is we have a Xbox and a PlayStation leaderboard. We have a Steam leaderboard, but Steam leaderboard, I don't know. Is it working yet, Kalai? Do you know?
I don't know. I thought I got it up and running. I did a second version of it, and then you guys just nobody took to it. So there was no point, which sucks because I do a lot of my gaming on PC, but whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll try again. Well, I know JT does it, and JT's will update because he'll send me screenshots. He's like, I got 70,000 Steam achievement points. Like,
right, but I don't know if he's on mine or whoever started the last one.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Now we have like multiple stuff going.
Yep. So what we do is we have these leaderboards. If you want to hear your name shouted out on the show, all you got to do is go to truetrophies.com or trueachievements.com, set yourself up a profile, link it up with your platform of choice, and then we usually read out the top 3, top 5, depending on how interesting it is. So this week on the True Achievements leaderboard, Sadik is still freaking killing it with 4,010 achievement points. Next up, we got I'm Styling on You Bro with 3,945. Now, I kind of want to put a pin in it. I actually read out the leaderboard score Monday morning before I posted the show on last week's episode, just because my work schedule was so crazy last weekend. So if you're like, wow, my score didn't really change that much this week, it resets every 7 days. So depending on when I read the score, you read the leaderboard rather, your score might be one number, and then if I do it within 7 days, it might stay that number plus some, or it might drop some score off and add some new score. So just in case you guys are like, how do they get 4,000 points every 7 days? Well, it might not necessarily be that they did. It might just be that it hasn't reset yet because I read it on Monday. So third place, Sony Pony to You with 2,495 achievement points. And then we'll read fourth place for GDI Master Ace with 1,600. That's the top 4 on the Xbox leaderboard. After that, it drops to 25 points, and that was me. So that's a little bit trash. I see Kalai, though. You're on there with some Guardians of the Galaxy. That's cool.
That game is so good.
Yeah, so I intended to play this. I really, really want it. Well, you know what? I should save that till the end.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it. So getting a little ahead of yourself, going a little early.
So I'm a little excited. I'm sorry. It's been a while.
There you go.
It's been a while.
Since, I've been tickled my fancy.
Oh, whoa.
Well, tickle your fancies on your own time.
The PG show. Hey, did you see where WWE's dropping the PG rating and going back to TV 14?
I don't want to do this right now, but it's not going to change anything, Darrell. Come on, you can't fix shitty writing. Like, I'm sorry, that's the problem. It's not the actual rating of the show has nothing to do with actual ratings. They're not gonna get anything. No way.
They're just gonna say more B words.
Yeah, I mean, they say enough B words. They're gonna have to start putting S words out there and F words.
Whoa! My kids are gonna be trying to watch it. Oh, easy killer. All right, True Trophies custom leaderboard. We got the Loot Bros Podcast leaderboard. Affectation. I just had a stroke.
Whoa, it's a donk.
Affectations Dawn with 463 achievement. Or Jesus, Lord help me!
God,
trophies. It's my first show, guys. It's my first time. God dog. All right, let me start over. Affectations Donk, 463 trophy.
Nice job.
Incredible. Now listen to the drop. You guys ready?
I'm ready for it.
Second place, Mr. TMNT84.
Oh, God.
39.
Oh, my God.
What a drop. That's just embarrassing.
Most of that is just me finishing up Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah. We're sorry, CJ, to leave you hanging out by yourself.
Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a drop if I ever saw a drop.
Yeah, that's probably the worst drop yet. And then third place is me, Residentdarrell, with 26.
We should start calculating the percentage drops. Like,
What's bad is like the third, fourth, and fifth place is all crap, man. It's like I got 26. JT has 24, and then Jared Stinkpalm has 23. Like,
wait, shouldn't I be on there?
You have none.
Okay.
I mean, you should be, but you have to play your PlayStation.
No. Because I picked up a PlayStation game, so maybe next week.
Okay.
I mean, picking it up and putting it in the system and playing it are two different things.
Really? Because I've been playing a lot of games, including Monster Hunter, which we were talking about you today, Joe. When I said
whoa.
When I said that I'm beating Joe's favorite monster, and
no.
My second favorite monster.
That's second favorite monster.
And I said, I don't think he's even. He said, I don't even think he's bought the game. And
I have
Matt
not
goes,
bought the update.
Yeah, Matt was like, yeah, he needs to do that.
Yeah, I know. I might just, honestly, suck it up and tell you guys to just blast me through the rest of it so we can start playing endgame stuff. Because if not, I don't think I'm ever going to do it. So we might have to have a come to Jesus moment where like, I'm like, all right, let's do this. Because I don't know.
Well, we're about to have a come to Jesus movement tomorrow when Mark plays with us and his brand new copy.
Nice.
Ooh, snap. Joe, you just need to lay off the first favorite monster so you can play the second favorite monster.
I've just been laying off buying games. Like I haven't bought a game. It's actually I think it's like 42 days now.
Whoa.
Well, no, sorry, it's not because technically I bought something. The last game I bought was Fire Emblem Warriors, which was in June. So like last week in June is the last time I bought something. It's almost been a month.
Dang.
I feel like I need like a token for like a month dry.
There you go.
It's like that. It's that Seinfeld episode, Joe.
Oh my god. Fucking love Seinfeld. It's a great show.
Yes. All right, guys, that's our leaderboards. Next, we're going to head on over to our Backlog Beatdown. So if you are new to the show, Backlog Beatdown is a year-long event that we do here with our community. And if you want to participate, all you got to do is post a screenshot of the game you've beaten, some sort of your progress, the end credits, or if it's got trophies or achievements, that is those trophy and achievement stamps showing, hey, I beat this game. If the game came out in 2022, it's worth 1 point. If you 100% or platinum it, it's worth an additional point. And then if the game is older than 2022, so 2021 and previous, you get 2 points. And so what we do is you submit that stuff to the Facebook group, to the email, to the Discord, whichever one you choose. We calculate it all up, and Kalai and our good friend Jim has put together a magnificent spreadsheet so we can keep track of all those numbers, and then we can brag about how many points we have. So Kalai, take it over. Sure.
And if you are new and you see these numbers, don't be afraid of the numbers. This is, you don't get anything for winning. This is just to help you play your games.
Yeah, and if you lose, we just make fun of you for the entire next year.
I mean, you get something for winning. Your e-penis grows.
Yeah. Your e-monster.
So I'm standing on you, bro. Got 107.
Jesus.
CJ is at 82.
God dog, he's catching up.
Diago is at 73. Darrell can no longer get any more points.
I'm stuck forever. 69.
Yes, 69, that's right.
I think you just take the L and just stick at 69 for the rest of the year.
I'm not beating another game. I'm going to actually just stick to spam the rest of the year. I'm going to go ahead and just blow that out of the water.
Then we have, let's see. Redbeard Rick is at 64. Joe is at 53 because he's actually updating his stuff, so that might change by the end of this episode.
No, that should be my final count. 53.
53, he did it. He made it.
Gareth is at 48, and so is JT. Jared's at 29. I Yield to No One is at 23. Zach is at 21. Alex is at 20. James the Nerd, Matthew, and Noah the Builder all at 19. No, I'm sorry. Matthew is at 19. Noah the Builder's at 15. He's doing pretty good.
Yep. We're actually playing a game together right now that I'll talk about later, but I'm super excited about.
Tricky's at 15. I am at 12 already.
Oh, you're gonna pass Tricky
You're
soon.
past Tricky.
That's the plan. Homer gets stuffed. Has Homer been playing? He's at 9.
Homer? I don't know. I think Homer might just gave it up putting his stuff in.
I think so. I think Corey did too.
Corey definitely did. Corey's got like somewhere in the 30s or 40s. He just never puts his stuff in.
Dino Killer is at
That's
8.
a great name.
Yes. You know who I know who Dino Killer is. Do you know who Dino Killer is?
I do.
Release the information.
It is Zach's wife.
Nice.
Spider Pax is at 8. B Wow is at 6.
Wow.
Jim is at 5, and he's about to get an extra point because he is one achievement left at 100%ing Hades.
Nice.
Dang.
Sadik is at 5. Is Sadik new?
Yep. Yeah, he
Cool.
usually kills the leaderboards, but he's been, any games that actually qualify, he's been emailing.
Oh, wonderful. He doesn't want to join our Discord?
He just said he doesn't use any of those platforms, so he just emails me his stuff.
Sweet.
All right. I like it.
I think John Michael Smart stopped too.
No, he started a Magic the Gathering Twitch channel.
We lost into Magica.
Yeah, we're like Magica. He's actually doing pretty well. I mean, like he started his little Twitch channel before I quit my last job, and the dude's he's like, I don't know, 150, almost 200 subscribers now. So, and they what they do is they play casual games of Magic on stream, and they bring in other streamers, YouTubers, nerds like Frosty, stuff like that, and they just do Magic stuff and butt stuff, but mainly Magic stuff.
I mean, isn't Magic stuff butt stuff? Isn't all one and the same?
I mean, I thought it was. I think actually, if you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, you type in "what is Magic," it just says butt stuff, but I could be wrong.
Magica.
T-Bird is at 4.
I think he gave up.
James McCall's at 3. And Levi is at 2. I think Levi gave up. I gotta mark the people that are giving up somehow, so that way I know not to read them.
You should add like a tab, then give him the L.
The D. Nah, Levi's been crushing it this year with work, so I mean,
Yeah.
no shame in his no game this year.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow. Awesome.
Talked to him on the phone yesterday or the day before. So he's doing really good. Really good.
Does he
Freaking
miss the
killing it.
community?
I think he's too busy building houses and building decks and conquering the world in the business world. So he ain't got time for our trash.
Good. I'm happy for him now. I'm happy he's making $1 million moves over there.
He really is. That dude's gonna be a millionaire before you know it. I'm calling it. I'm putting that out there.
It's okay. Then he'll be able to hire people, and then he can just sit and play games all day.
There you go. He's gonna be on a job site with a pop-up tent and a PlayStation.
Or a Steam Deck.
There you go. Hey,
he's perfect candidate for a Steam Deck.
Yep.
He's like their perfect. He's like their friggin' poster child.
That's right.
He's like, when I'm not hunting, I'm playing 15 minutes and calling things a masterpiece.
Right. Now he's building masterpieces.
Oh my god, that should be the new shirt.
Oh, speaking of shirts, good lord, I completely forgot about all the housekeeping stuff because I was fumbling my words so bad starting the friggin' show. If you are into merch, Loot Bros Podcast has more merch. If you go to our link trees, we've got all the links and stuff in the description of every single show. Linktree.com or link.tree, however the freak that thing whole works out. You got the Loot Bros Podcast. Click into that. It's got a link to our merch. We just added a brand new shirt. So we've got the Loot Bros Podcast logo, the most recent logo. We've got the Loot Bros Comic Cast Avengers style logo. And then we have the poop sock. That's right, JT. We finally got the poop sock. Now, is it on a pair of socks? No, because StoreFrontier doesn't actually offer socks. But I will find you a place that does socks. 100%. Yes, the poop sock shirt is finally up. Did you guys take a look at that yet?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's something, isn't it?
It might be the greatest shirt ever made.
I mean, that is actually the description of it. The greatest shirt ever made. So get yourself a Loot Bros poop sock shirt. Now, as far as merch goes, I've got it marked down as low as it'll allow me to mark it down. So we're not making a profit. I think we actually technically make 25 cents a shirt.
Damn.
Yeah. And so, but all the shirts that have sold, I mean, it's not, I haven't cashed it out. It's not worth it. So, go to our description in the details of the show. Go to the link tree. Go get yourself some Loot Bros merchandise. I got the shirts marked down as low as they'll let me do it for a print on demand, kind of business. So if the merch sales went up and they were worth it, I would do merch in house and I would just buy whole boxes and boxes of these things and then ship them out from the house. But
so what you're saying is you would turn your kids into sweatshop workers?
Absolutely. How about you guys are packing poop sock shirts and sending them out?
No gaming for you guys today.
That's right. I would totally do it. Yeah, if we actually sold enough merchandise to where it was actually beneficial to do it, but we don't. But I don't talk about it a lot either. I forget that we have a merch. What happens is this. I create merchandise. I put it on the shop. I then buy it for myself, and then I forget about it. And then MZ had posted a picture of him wearing his Loot Bro shirt. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. But I forget that we have the store. So shout out to MZ for doing that. And shout out to Rick, because I think Rick said he had just ordered a shirt. And then the next day,
the poop sock shirt came out. He's so mad. Yeah, he was so mad. He's like, oh, man. He's like, now I got to wait to get that one. I'm like, you don't got to wait for nothing. It's on demand. Order it, bro.
What's awesome is the reason why I use StoreFrontier is because I personally love the actual material they use for their shirts. I like the brand Next Level. I like the way they fit. I like the way they feel. I think they're great. They're good quality shirts. And so we use StoreFrontier because I use that for my band as well. So all my band t-shirts are
Do they shrink in the wash?
No, that's why I like them. And they're a little tighter in the chest and arms. So for guys like me who work out a little bit, and I mean, just a little bit, not a lot, it kind of grabs your arms and your chest. And then if it's a little more free flowing across the midsection where, obviously I'm lacking a little bit of workout.
What am I going to do? I'm not going to fit into that.
I mean, you say that, so.
My tits are bigger than your biceps.
You want to bet?
Jesus. It's a family show, people.
Got 24-inch pythons.
This is anything a family show.
Hey, would you like to take a guess at what I'm drinking right now?
Piss.
Jism.
Oh no! God.
This is a family show, people.
This is a PG show. We're not TV 14 yet. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a beer.
God, dog, man. Could you imagine somebody just randomly turn the show on right about that part? I'm drinking.
Sponsor. Never give this show anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we were thinking about sponsoring you. So we just randomly clicked to a point in the episode.
I heard jism.
Oh my god.
Jism shirt coming next month, guys.
Those are gonna be mugs.
Jizz mugs. First it was poo sacks, now we got jizz mugs.
Oh my god. So nasty. Oh god.
Wait. Are you gonna make the jizz mug condom?
Oh my god.
No. What in the world?
Just have poop sock branded condoms.
Oh my!
Well, like for your drink. You know how you like the drink cozy? We could have the mug.
Imagine a poop sock cozy.
Now that you can get those on the merch store. So all three designs that I have up there, you can get a koozie or cozy, however you pronounce it. And you can get a poop sock one, 100%. You can saddle, and they're only at $5. Like I got it. Like
you can saddle your drink.
You can saddle your drink in a poop sock. That's gonna be the opening of the show.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Yeah, saddle your drink in a poop sock koozie. The greatest koozie ever made. No, yeah, absolutely. So, and I'll be adding more designs. I'll go add the retro. Like I'll go add the older designs too, if anybody wants them. But the new logo is probably the best looking logo we've had in the past several years. And so I didn't go and put the old ones on there. But I can do any of that stuff. So you guys want it? I'll put it on there. I still have the old cast with the the King of the Hill shirt.
I wore that the other day.
What?
I wore that the other day.
Oh my god, that's old.
That's a cool freaking shirt. That was so awesome.
Not my favorite. I like the new logo better. I'm sorry.
I just like King of the Hill. So like
trophy
make you lose control. Having the Loot Bros on the King of the Hill cast was cool, but RIP, baby. All right. So now let's get into the community questions since we've discussed merch. So, CJ writes in and he says, for the question of the week, he's like, what are your gaming white whales? Games that you have to play before you're done with the evening. His examples were Genshin Impact and Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I'm assuming it was done for the evening, maybe done in life. I don't know. Like, he didn't specify, like, games before you're done. So,
trophy!
Wow. So, I don't know. Let's answer both, just in case I misunderstood the question. So, what is a gaming white whale for you guys? A game that you need to play maybe before, like, you chip away at, you just play over time. And then also a game that you need to play before you die, just in case that's what you meant. We'll start with you, Kalai.
Pretty much a lot of my role-playing games are the games that I need to chip at. I play them a lot when I'm watching TV because a lot of it is just grinding. So I kind of do that grinding area. So I play that like every night. And I just would say I want to play all the games before I die.
Awesome. That's a great answer. It's probably the best answer. All right, Joe, what are your gaming white whales?
I mean, I got tons of them. Gran Turismo, or not Grand Theft Auto 5 is still one that I need to take down. It's probably one of my biggest white whales. Also, Death Stranding's one I want to take down eventually. Like, yep. I want to see what the hype is, honestly. Like, I know, like, I give it a lot of shit for being like a UPS simulator, but I love Kojima, so I'm willing to give it like a decent fair shake. And then Red Dead Redemption, man, like Red Dead, like I really need to get Red Dead done.
All right, and what's one that what's the game that you chip away at or play a little bit before you go to bed each night?
Let's. Do we have to do this? Because everybody knows the answer.
I know the answer. I can answer that for you.
What's the answer, Kalai?
The answer is 3 Hopes. Any kind of Mushu game.
Any kind of Mushu game. Pretty much. It's probably right now it's Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, but honestly, it's always every week. It's always chipping away a little bit in my 100% completion on Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I have about like over 250 hours or something like that on there, and awesome. I don't see myself stopping. If I play an hour every day, that's 135 hours, 136 a leap year hours a year in one game. So hours can add up. Like, so I think like, you know, everyone should tackle their white whales out there. I mean, I have a ton more, and I had a list of 10 I wanted to do this year. Haven't beat a single one this year, so I'm pretty like mad at myself. But I have beat some really cool games this year, so it is what it is. I think a lot of the problem with our white whales are they're long games, and I think that's why a lot of us haven't beat them, because they're just involved. They're involved games. Like Darrell, did you ever finish Final Fantasy VII Remake yet?
Working on it. I got my PS5 back up in the office this week. So
he got his PlayStation back finally?
I had to take it from him. I was like, dude, you're not even you're not even playing it. You're playing.
Be like, dude, go play the PS3.
Well, the thing is, he's got a PS4 and he plays PS4 games on PS5. And I'm like, dude, like, I understand you want to use a PS5 because you own one, but like, so long story short, they shipped the box to the wrong address. So we've been waiting for weeks to get this box in to send his console off to be repaired.
Doesn't that worry you though? Like they're going to ship the PS5 to the wrong address?
Yeah. So my son's PS5, something is happening and the fan keeps, like, the fan doesn't turn on, doesn't cool the console. Console overheats and cuts itself off. So, excuse me. So, like, what they did was they had us troubleshoot it. So, like, okay, go into the boot menu, go empty the cache, rebuild the database, and it worked. So we're like, cool. And the guy on the phone was like, yeah, sometimes some of these games, their updates trigger something and cuts the fan off. Because the way the PS5 works is the developers can essentially do an update that runs the fan at different like speeds, so your fan can run harder or less hard depending on how it's needed. And so
we're such children.
And that was something that I know, right? And that was something that PlayStation had announced, that like the fan will be manageable through firmware iterations and things like that. So it doesn't sound like a jet engine going off just constantly for certain games.
I mean, it works for the most part.
Yeah, and so some games like they're optimized so poorly that like as soon as you turn the game on, it's like a freaking 2 gig download indie game, but it's like the whole time you play. And and that's for my PS4 Pro. But like the PS5, it doesn't make any noise at all. Like I never, ever, ever, ever hear the fan on my PS5. That being said, my son's all of a sudden was acting up. So then they're like, hey, it's within a warranty. Send it back. We'll fix it. If there's something wrong or defective with your console, we'll replace it completely. I'm like, cool. They sent us a box with a return label on the side of the box, packaging, the whole 9. I'm like, cool. That's awesome. But the console's working, so I didn't send it back. And then it started that thing again. So this is like a month or 2 later. So then I go to send it back, and the return label was expired. Like it was like return within so many days. So I was like, dang it, I gotta have them send me a new one. So they send me a new one. They sent it to the wrong address. And so I've been waiting for weeks, and it didn't come in. My son has been using my PS5 for weeks. So the only Patreon pledge game I have left is Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm playing it on PS5. So I was just like, well, I'll just get it from him one weekend, bust out, and finish the game. Well, finally, I was like, this is the weekend. Enough's enough. I'm ready to freaking finish this game. So I get it back from him, and I go through 45 minutes on the phone with Sony. I get them to reissue another box, and I'm like, why don't you just send me a label? Let me print the label. I'll do it myself. They're like, no. We have to do it through FedEx. It's a contract we have. We send a box. They send the label on it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. So long story short, the box is supposed to be here Monday so I can send his PS5 off to be looked at. And see, I thought the problem was like dog hair getting built up in it, because we have a golden retriever that just sheds a full dog a day. And all the consoles, all 3 kids running 3 consoles in the office when it was their game room with the dog, all 3 dogs in here with them, the dog hair was just unmanageable. Like it's ridiculous. Like we run Roomba 2 or 3 times a day. Not to mention I have like these little hand vacs so they can vacuum out their console. So, but they won't do it. They're kids. It's like, hey, I tell them to do this every day. They might do it once a week or once a month. So I thought the reason why it was overheating was because dog hair was getting sucked up into it. So I took the sides off, vacuumed it out, and did all this stuff, and that wasn't the case. So I don't know what's going on with his. Mine doesn't do that. Mine's fine. But either way, it's going to get repaired. Hopefully I'll get to send it off Monday, and then I don't have to fool with it anymore. So, my white whale, I don't know that I've committed to a white whale yet. Games that I need to play before I die, or games I need to beat before I die. I'm going to second those on Joe. Freaking Grand Theft Auto 5. I bought that game on PS3, made it 33.
I own it on everything.
33%, and then stopped. And I was having a blast. I freaking love that game, and I stopped. I bought it on PS4. I got it on PS5. I bought the PS5 copy. It's still in the wrapper. Shocker. I think I have it on Xbox One as well. So, and I think I got the Xbox 360 version, although I sold all my Grand Theft Auto games today on 360. So, I don't know, man. That's one I got to play. Red Dead Redemption 2, that's one I need to play. Death Stranding, I need to finish that one. I put 8 hours into it and stopped. Now I'm thinking I should just play the PS5 version. So those would be my white whales as far as like things I want to play before I'm done, like before I'm dead. I'm sure I can come up with a couple others. And then games I kind of chip away at, I don't really have like that big 100-hour grindy game that I just kind of do a little here, do a little there, or do like some in-game stuff. So a game that I am treating like that right now, but I'm not, it doesn't technically qualify, would be Destroy All Humans remake. So what I've got in my bedroom is I got a PS4 hooked up in my bedroom with Destroy All Humans in it. And at night, I lay down and I just go around and I'm not really doing anything. It's just while my wife and I are talking or we're watching this trashy reality show that she likes, I just run around and cause chaos, similar to how you do in Grand Theft Auto. I'm not doing any missions. I'm just abducting cows and sucking the brains out of people, and just blowing stuff up with my saucer. And I've done that for a few nights in a row, just kind of laying there and just being mindless. So I don't know. I don't know that really counts, but that's what I got. Matt G writes in. He goes, "Which is the better mascot, Sonic or Crash Bandicoot?" Starting with you, Joe.
Oh man, it's a tough one. I don't know. For longevity's case, I don't know. It's tough. I think if you're going mascot, I would say Sonic, because honestly, he really helped sustain a console. Where Crash, while Crash was great, Crash wasn't the main reason you were playing a PlayStation. I don't think at any point Crash was the main reason anybody was playing a PlayStation, but Sonic was. So I'm gonna go Sonic.
All right. What about you, Kalai?
Mario.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
way to not answer the question. Thanks, Kalai.
I don't really care about Sonic or Crash.
Yeah, I kind of second that. I have experience with both of them, but I am not partial to either one of them. So I think that Crash probably has more quality games. Sonic has just a barrage of games of all they're good, bad, and ugly.
I think it goes both ways, Daryl.
Think so?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, I mean, I guess you're right because after the first 3 Crash games and then the Crash Kart Racing or Crash Team Racing, there were those weird ones they put on 360 and stuff.
Yep. Like Crash of the Titans, the Mutant one, Mind Over Mutant. Those games are complete trash.
Okay.
And they get hate on like crazy. I played them all. I played every Crash Bandicoot game. I have not played every Sonic game. There's a few I haven't played, but for the most part, I played mostly everything in both those series. And I would say it kind of equals out in the end because while there's so many Sonic games, there's not as many Crash games. But I feel like because there's not as many, the terrible ones kind of outweigh the good ones.
I think I'm going to agree with you, actually. I'm going to take back what I said and say Sonic because there's more furries. So,
the greatest answer ever.
Funny story, right? My kids keep saying furry, but I don't think they understand what it means. Well, I know they don't understand what it means.
Well, that's good.
But my kids keep talking about these people or something with Sonic. I don't even know, but they keep saying because they're furries. But I think their understanding of furry is someone who just likes to cosplay or dress up like animal-ish creatures. And it has been very interesting to listen to the conversations while we've been traveling. Trophy. So it's very. I was like, I haven't addressed it. I don't want to have that conversation right now. Of what is a furry and why you should not be one.
I mean, what if they come to you one day and yo, Dad, we like My Little Pony?
Well, as long as it's just my daughter, it's okay because she loved it as a kid. But
what if your sons come to you and yo, Dad, I'm a brony?
Look here, son. We're gonna sign you up for conversion therapy. So I'm going to try to unwrite your brain. I don't know. I would probably jump off the house. But if my kids were...
Jesus!
If my kids were bronies or furries, I would just end it. That'd be the day. Lord, just take me home.
Jesus.
All right. Rick writes in. He gives us a nice handful of questions. He says, I've probably asked this or something similar before, but what are your top 5 games from the 16-bit era? And he says,
man.
so, Genesis, Mega Drive, and SNES. Start with you, Kalai. If you can name 5.
I don't think I could name 5. I would have to say, though, probably, definitely Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Part of the SCM. Yeah, that was one of the first games I ever bought myself.
First one?
Yeah, the first one.
First one was revolutionary for me and my family.
Well, the first time you played it, did you play it on console or did you play it on arcade?
Sega Genesis, first time I ever played it.
Arcade.
Arcade for me. Jim and I used to go to the arcade and play it for our dates. So I had to buy it.
You guys are so cute. Those are the best dates ever.
It's like a bitchin' ass date. You're like, let's go murder. Let's go rip people's spines out.
Like, I'm gonna punch you in the chest and take your heart out. I love you.
Well, it was the first game, so of course my favorite character was Johnny. And of course there's only one move you use with Johnny.
Dick punch.
Dick punch.
Dude, I remember sitting down with my friends and just doing that over and over and over. It's like every time it's like the Eddie Gordo of freaking Mortal Kombat. It just nut punch. Like, I don't care if I win or lose. I'm just gonna punch you in the balls like 7 or 8 times.
Oh, dude, playing as Eddie Gordo was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just mash buttons and people get so mad. You're like, oh yeah, I got Capywara, suck it. It was so mad.
Yes, it was the best.
You're only good with Eddie because you can button mash. No, shut up. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I remember back in the day when you'd sit there and you'd be playing with your friends or your family, and it's like, okay, we'll play, but you can't use this character, or this character. Like, what the freak do you want from me, man?
Yeah, Jim used to get so mad when I played.
Let's just turn the game off then. If I can't play as my favorite character, get good, scrubs.
Oh god!
Imagine if we lived in that era back then, like now.
Oh, they'd be
been like, yo, mom, get good, scrub. Like that would have been the vernacular we used with our parents at that point.
Right. All right, Kalai, you got Mortal Kombat. What else?
Oh god, it was so long ago. Ugh.
Kalai, you've played a million video games in your time. Like,
hence why I have trouble here.
You've been on the earth forever. Like you should. You should know enough video games.
She did say earlier she could be your mom, so that'll work.
Probably the Mario games.
Okay.
I played all the Mario games.
So would you say Super Mario World because that was the one that was on 16-bit?
Yes. And of course Final Fantasy 3 was also there. Was it not?
Yes, it was.
That was a
Great
good
game.
game, yeah.
Final Fantasy 6 for the West, but yeah.
Why the freak aren't those games available on modern consoles with trophies? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right,
I mean, they're in that Pixel collection, but we haven't got that for modern consoles yet.
Yeah, it's on iOS, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just dying over there.
Trash.
Very much so, Gerald.
You got any more, Kalai? Because technically Mario counts as like 7.
No,
I mean, you can say like Mario All-Stars, Mario 3, or Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island.
Mario 3 was the jam, though.
I mean, the Super Nintendo version was great. A lot of people hate on it, but I liked it a lot. Like in the Mario All-Star set, I thought that was great.
All right, any more?
No, I'm good.
All right, Joe. Top 5.
Ah, geez, top 5. All right, number 1, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Ooh.
Like hands down, the game's classic, plays really well. You can actually play it on modern consoles now, which is friggin' awesome. Doesn't play as great. There's a little bit of button control issues, but you know, I'll let it go. All right, there's that. There's Link to the Past, because Link to the Past is the best Zelda game ever made. I have to agree with Kalai. Super Mario World is one of the best video games ever made. It's the best Mario game ever made. Super Mario World is just fantastic. What is that? 3 of them? I have 3. 2 left. It's tough now. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yes.
That game's just classic. It's probably the best Sonic game. Has the best music of any Sonic game ever. Like, this soundtrack's so good. Chemical Zone gets me going to this day. I gotta rock that shit all the time. And then, I don't know, the third one. Maybe like, I don't know. It's so tough. It's so tough naming 5. Oh, man. Donkey Kong Country 2. Game's phenomenal.
I dig it.
What a great game. You, Daryl, what are you picking?
Number 1, the greatest 16-bit game ever made. Listen closely, Rick. It's Booger Man, a pick and flick adventure.
Oh man, on Sega Genesis?
Booger! Oh my god, I freaking love
game
that
is
game.
Great.
It was great, but it was really bad.
Underrated gem though.
I really freaking enjoyed it.
If you play 15 minutes, it might be a masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
When's the masterpiece shirt coming?
Oh, dude, I really need to do that. You're right. Comic book font, some big old boom, wham, pow. background and just
I played 15 minutes. It's a masterpiece. It has to have
Right.
the whole quote.
That's right.
And it has to have Levi's name underneath it.
Well, it wouldn't say. I wouldn't put Levi on there. I would put like they had a little dash and then that person's name. I would put I played 15 minutes as a masterpiece, and then I put dash the franchise killer.
Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god!
Everybody
please.
got so mad when I was calling him the franchise killer, which he is. He freaking slays games. He's awesome. So Booger Man. Next up, Ren and Stimpy. Game was
which one?
hard
There's
as
so
ball.
many. There's so many. Which one?
Just the first one. The first one. I don't know that I played.
For which system?
Genesis.
Oh well, I mean, there's a lot of different ones. Like there was one on Super Nintendo that was really good.
I played the Genesis one.
Yeah, those games are great.
I'm not saying that this one is the third best. I think it's probably the first best. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time.
Wow, I forgot that. How did I forget that?
How did you forget that, Mr. TMNT?
I don't know. You know what though? As great of a game as it is, I still don't think it's one of the top 5 Super Nintendo games.
God, dude, that's like my favorite Super Nintendo game. I
beat that game so many times.
The next game I'm going to say, Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders is amazing. Did you play the remake?
The one on PlayStation?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course. Day one.
It's so good.
I beat that on day one.
We beat that, I think, so many times.
God, that game is awesome. And then I'm going to say, just because I love it, I'm not saying it's really the best, but it's one of my top 5, the X-Men on Sega Genesis. Never beat it. The game was too freaking hard.
That game is fucking really hard.
The game is so hard.
Like, it had no reason being that hard. Like, why? Like, it's X-Men. Like, calm down with yourself. You know why it's hard? Is that game made by LJN?
I don't know, but it's definitely freaking hard as Balgina. Yep. All right. Rick also asked, he says, what storyline should Resident Evil 9 follow? Continuing a story already started or start a brand new story? So who here has played Resident Evil 8?
I have.
Oh, boom. I have.
Y'all beat it.
Oh, deep dive. Here we go.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to do a deep dive?
We never did a deep dive on Resident Evil 8.
No, we still can. We did we did a review, didn't we? We did something with Lucia.
Did we?
Did we do a deep dive?
I don't know.
No, we talked about it on the show, and I ripped it out and put it on 2236. Either way, so we'll do a Resident Evil 8 deep dive. I'm totally down for that because with the new DLC coming out, you get the third person mode, and you of course.
I know. I saw that. I was like, oh man,
I'm gonna play that game again. I've been sitting on the PS4 version. I'm almost got the platinum on the PS5 version. I really need to just suck it up and learn the mercenaries, but it's driving me crazy. So I need to go through. Player. I know.
I would just do it together
and do Resident Evil. I need to do the mercenaries on, or excuse me, and to beat the PS4 version of Resident Evil 8. I can't think. And so I was thinking about doing that and then doing the mercenaries on PS4 and then just uploading my save, popping the mercenaries trophy on.
Nah, you can't do that. You're Residentdarrell. You can't no free pop platinums from Resident Evil games. Come on, man. You're better than that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna probably do it soon once we get back from vacation again. I don't know. We'll see. But I think personally it should continue the Resident Evil 8 storyline, and just keep, because it's got really good momentum. You went, you got Ethan. See, this is kind of outside.
So are we spoiling the game? Because I think we have to do that to kind of give our answer here. So if you guys want to jump ahead, yeah, we're gonna spoil the shit out of this game. So
yeah, probably. If you don't want Resident Evil 8 spoilers, jump ahead 2 minutes. I don't know. I think that because Resident Evil 7 was Ethan in the baker's house. And then from there, Resident Evil 8 was Ethan and the events that transpired shortly after, a couple years. The thing that Resident Evil doesn't usually do is it doesn't usually follow up immediately game after game with the same character. Now, this was very new. Resident Evil 1 was Jill and Chris. Resident Evil 2 was Leon and Claire. Resident Evil 3 was Jill. Resident Evil Code Veronica was Claire. Now, granted, you saw other characters. Chris eventually shows up in Code Veronica. Spoilers. And then in Resident Evil 4, it was Leon from the second game. And then Resident Evil 5 was Chris and then a new character named Sheva. Resident Evil 6 was Leon, a new character named Helena. You had Sherry, who was a cameo escort kind of character in the second game. You have Chris and his partner Piers, and then you see Ada, who's kind of trickled into all the games. Resident Evil 7 was Ethan, and then 8, and then potentially 9 could be Ethan as well, or the ending of Resident Evil 8, his daughter Rose.
I think it'd be his daughter. Yeah, I really do.
Well, so we're getting her in the DLC, so I don't know. It makes you wonder, are they going to pick up with Chris, since Chris was in the very end of 7, then he's in 8, which I don't like how they did the Resident Evil 5 and 6 muscle-bound Chris. And then they had the like lean CrossFit Chris with a different face in the end of 7.
Bro, he's hanging out with Seth Rollins.
I know. And then he goes back to friggin' muscle-bound Chris in 8.
Well, he had to hold that friggin' machine gun, so you know.
Yeah.
He CrossFit Chris couldn't hold a machine gun like that.
Did you see where Christian Cage is wearing Chris Redfield's Resident Evil 8 outfit? Like that's isn't that dope?
Yeah, it's dope.
So, all black turtleneck with the blazer. But either way, I think we're going to get, depending on how the DLC goes, I think that'll tell us who we're going to get. So to answer your question, Rick, I say it should continue and button this up. I think that they need to keep using Chris. Now, what would I love to see in 9? I would love to see them go back and use some of the older characters as well.
I want Jill back.
We haven't got anything real with Rebecca Chambers in forever. Last game she was really in was 0.
It'd be nice if like Rebecca like found Ethan's daughter.
Yeah.
Like that would be a cool storyline that they could kind of go after.
Well, Rebecca, she's got that science degree. She's got that botanist kind of background or whatever. So she could totally deal with the mold if you wanted to bring her in for her scientific knowledge, and the fact that she's also one of the survivors. But then the rumor is they've been kicking around Resident Evil Revelations 3, which they talked about being a Switch exclusive. So
it was like already made.
I don't know. There was just some rumors going on about it, and it was supposed to be announced, and it didn't. So I don't know. I kind of want to wait for Resident Evil 9 for a while. I would love, because we're getting the Resident Evil 4 remake. So I think the next thing they should do should be Resident Evil Revelations 3. And so in Revelations, you had Jill, and then you had Chris eventually.
I want remake of I want remakes of the gun games.
Yes.
All of them in one set.
Oh my gosh, the Outbreak files need remakes too. So in Revelations, you had Jill and Chris again. And then in Revelations 2, you had Claire and Barry. Barry was a cameo character in the first game. And then so Revelations 3, I would love to see Rebecca Chambers come back. They could even plug Sheva Alomar back in.
Sheva.
So, yeah. Hurry.
Sheva.
Much appreciated. But I don't know. I would love to see them bring back some of the old characters. Or I don't want anything new. You've got so many characters now. Like, we don't need new ones. Like Helena, you could totally do a backstory with Helena from Resident Evil 6. And like her whole story lead up to with her sister and how her sister got infected. You could always do stuff with Barry. I mean, Barry freaking, there's so much you could do with him. So then Sheva, Sheva is like, she's in the BSAA. She meets up with Chris in Resident Evil 5. They do all this crazy stuff and then she just disappears, but she didn't die. So I'm like, give me more Sheva. So I don't know. There's lots of things you can do. Kalai, what do you think? What do you think they should do for Resident Evil 9?
I think they set it up for a perfect opportunity to continue the storyline with his daughter.
Yep.
I know there's this whole thing that women these days want to shoehorn women into roles that they typically didn't play because of women power. My personal stance is if you have a compelling story that involves a man, great. If you have a compelling story that can involve a female, that's even better. And the fact they set up to do a female character without having to shoehorn her into a role is very exciting for me. So I would really like to see his daughter.
I think it's perfect. I totally agree with that too. I was messaging Joe earlier. Just whenever people do diversity for diversity's sake, or
it's so
just
shoehorned in.
shoehorn something in. And then, with this, it was just like, it was perfect. It was freaking perfect. Like, I love that stuff. And I love a mix of characters and if you think about all the characters I just named, there's a good even split of men and women. There might be more women than men. But then you got other, ethnic backgrounds and stuff like that. Like the Resident Evil franchise, the lore, there's so many characters. So it's like there's plenty to work with, and you could just go. I would love for them to dig into this pool of characters and you pull them out and do more stuff with them, And if you're not going to use them in the mainline stuff, the Revelation series is perfect for shorter bite-sized stories that you can still build the lore in the universe with these side characters. And I don't think, with the exception of Jake, I think Jake was kind of a dumpy character for Resident Evil 6. I'm not a huge fan of him, Wesker's son. So
yeah, he was. I felt like, oh man, they're really trying something here.
Yeah, Billy Cohen from Resident Evil 0, he was a bit of a dumper character too. So like you could leave those
more in place than Jake did, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Jake was like, oh yeah, he's Wesker's son. It's like,
yeah,
no.
So I don't know, but I love what they're doing with the bad guy Chris Redfield too. Like him being this, like, it's been cool because like for me, I followed every single game as they've come out. So Chris was like your what do they call him?
Dude, he was like the hero, man.
What do they call the baby face? Oh man, there's a Stone Cold always has white meat baby face. Yes, Chris Redfield was a white meat baby face in the very beginning.
100%. He was like all like Truth, Justice, the American.
Yes,
like,
yes, freaking Superman
down, and now now he's the problem.
Yes,
literally, like he's lived long enough to become the villain. Like,
yes. His story arc, it just encompasses everything, and it's all the trauma that he's dealt with all these years. And it's like, and if you go to like Revelations, and then him losing his team with the that one massacre on what's that freaking town called? That little island town or whatever that blew up, and then he lost them. And then in Resident Evil 6, it shows he's turned into a drunk because of all the things he's experienced and all the people he's lost. And then it's gotten to this thing where like every time you're partnered up with Chris Redfield, you die essentially. It's kind of how it's gone. So then you get all the way into Resident Evil 7 and 8, and it's like he's the bad guy now. I mean, he's still fighting the bad guys, but he's not a good guy anymore. He's not playing by the rules. He's doing dirty stuff. He's using people as bait.
He's manipulated people for the entire game.
Yes. And it's just like, I love what they're doing with him. So, and the thing was, he was this ultimate superhero fighting the ultimate supervillain, Wesker. And then when Wesker died, he just it's almost like he didn't even realize he just became that bad guy. It's like, well, we got to have a bad guy now. I'm the bad guy, but I
feel like he's lost all sense of reality too after getting rid of his nemesis. Like he has no reason for living anymore.
Right.
Like his reason for living was to take down Umbrella, but once he finally did that, he's like, well, now what do I do?
Now I am Umbrella. And see, what I would love for them to do, and I don't know that Capcom would ever do it, but I would love for them to build him out. Let's say this would be my dream Resident Evil, right? This would be 9 and 10 for me. Okay,
still going after Chris.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. 100%. Resident Evil 9.
I agree. Yeah.
Resident Evil 9. He goes full bad guy, loses his crap, just like completely off the rails. And then Resident Evil 10, Jill has you would play as Jill, and then you would track him down, and you'd kill him. If you built this story up right, I'm getting chill bumps just thinking about it. And Jill had to kill Chris in the end.
Oh my god,
that would be so, dude.
How emotional it would be.
I mean, they would probably.
No. I'm going to say that it would be better if it was his daughter.
Like Rose killed Chris.
Yes.
I mean, maybe. It really depends on what they do with the DLC, because she's going to be the main character for the DLC. So we'll see what they do. But in the end, the two people that started the franchise from Resident Evil 1
should end it
all the way to Resident Evil 10, and you end the mainline series with Jill killing Chris. That would be.
Then you can restart the whole franchise like from the ground up with different characters. It wouldn't have to be Chris and Jill.
Yeah, you could. But they would probably make Leon do it realistically. because Leon seems to be Capcom's favorite character.
I mean, he makes the most money. I don't know if he's your
I
favorite.
I think in Japan he's just like an icon. Like it's a thing.
I mean, if they were gonna put any Resident Evil character in Smash Brothers, it would be Leon. So.
Absolutely. Although it'd be really cool to see Chris spawn and punch a boulder at you. I'm just saying.
That'd be cool if that was just his like final Smash. It's like all the characters just come out and
Achievement.
like, mess you up.
Wow. All right, Joe. And I know you and I have been spitballing storyboards, but what do you think? Wow.
I mean, honestly, like I'm kind of mad that they're doing the DLC the way they're doing it because I feel like they're shooting their load a little too fast. Like this could have been the next game. It's like I don't know if I want this particular story that they're gonna give us as DLC. I felt like Resident Evil 8 was a complete game. Didn't need DLC. Didn't necessarily need it because you could just put another game out. Like, I'm ready for Resident Evil 9. And I'm honestly ready for Outbreak File 1 and 2 remastered. Like, that's what I'm ready for.
That'd be amazing.
Because now, with the way online games work, do you know how much of a killing they would make with this game? Screw Versus. Like, dump that shit in the garbage and do this instead. Like, because Versus still hasn't even come out yet. Now it's October, apparently.
Isn't that crazy? It is what it is.
I mean, but like, we could do this for hours and like spitball ideas for hours about Resident Evil because like it's such a well written franchise. Like they just took so much care in writing this. I know people like give shit for like 5 and 6 and say they're not good games, but like they really are good games. Like Resident Evil 5 is one of the best multiplayer games in that console generation. It's just a great multiplayer game. Like it may not be the best Resident Evil game, but it's a great multiplayer game.
And when
it does exactly what it needs to do.
Yep.
It actually makes multiplayer like fun.
Yep.
Like there's a reason to play with someone else.
Yep.
And because the AI is so shitty. It's like Capcom purposely made the AI shitty so you have to play with somebody else.
Forced to play with somebody else.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you have to get a friend to buy this for $60. See?
The thing too is the lore and the universe building in 5 was so instrumental in building everything out. Like,
so do you remember the old PlayStation Network or not PlayStation Xbox 360 network adapter, the one you had to like plug into the back of the console?
Yep.
So I bought one of those for Resident Evil 5. That's what I bought it for.
That's amazing. I bought the Resident Evil 5 Red Elite console.
Man, that thing was beautiful.
Yep. And I had the little Wi-Fi network adapter in the back of it as well. All right, guys. Favorite 80s horror movie franchise, Joe?
Well, this one's easy. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm
Street. Not even a question. I mean, if I could go top 3, it would be Nightmare on Elm Street. It would be Friday the 13th, and then it would be Child's Play.
Ooh, yeah.
That order.
All right, Kalai, what about you?
Nightmare on Elm Street. When I was a little girl, I wasn't allowed to watch those movies because they were scary and I couldn't sleep. And so then I would sneak and watch them because I thought my mom was wrong.
That's what I did too.
And then the next thing you know, I was scared.
Yeah, nightmares. Dude, I remember watching them even in like my teen years. And like I would watch them late at night and I'd be like, this ain't nothing. And I would literally sleep with the light on, or I would literally like just stay up all night because I was afraid Freddy was gonna come get me in my dreams. Like I just think he's the epitome of like a horror villain because he comes and gets you in your dreams. What's scarier than that? It's like your most vulnerable state as a human being.
Yep. Well, I went to a friend's house for a sleepover, and so like I guess her older sibling was watching it, but I wasn't allowed to watch it, so we were in the bedroom. But she had like a crack in the wall, and I was like watching it through. It was really
cool. Yeah, I would definitely say Nightmare on Elm Street for sure. Even though going back and watching those movies now, they kind of suck. I think I prefer Friday the 13th movies.
Classics.
But they definitely they're just a little more campy than I remember.
I feel like that they needed to be though, because that's the 80s. The 80s is camp. Like there's nothing. Nothing like.
Joe, did you finish Stranger Things?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I was I was very happy with that cameo. Very much so. When I saw it, I immediately was like, "Oh man, this is the greatest TV show." Like, now solidified itself as the greatest TV show.
I didn't recognize him until I looked.
I did immediately. Like immediately, I was like,
He's put on a lot of weight.
For that role, he looks. I think he looks good for 75 though. He's fucking 75 years old.
Yep. That he is. All right. Favorite wrestling promo or 3 of all time. Kalai, what is your favorite wrestling promo?
I love how she laughs because she's like, I'm not going to be able to give an answer.
Oh. I like The Rock. There you go.
Do you smell what he's cooking?
All right. I like so The Rock has a lot of really iconic promos. One of which was when he looked at that dude behind backstage and he said, he was talking about looking at the people strudel. He's like, what are you laughing at, you thong wearing hermaphrodite?
Thong wearing fatty.
And then he started calling him Hermie.
Yeah, Hermie. Coachman.
Yeah, Jonathan Coachman.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, I got to say, one of my favorite promos of all time was Scott Steiner trying to do that math equation.
Oh my God, Scott Steiner math from TNA is the epitome of TNA.
It is.
Like, my God, such a good promo. You got 33% chance of beating me, and then you add your 33% and my 45%, and you got 165% of losing.
Yeah, it was
such a great promo. It made, and it's like math was actually accurate. Like if you like go back and rewatch it, and like he's a smart dude.
It was so funny, dude. God, that's one of those promos.
Oh, that was an impressive promo that he remembered all that to be able to shoot that all off. And that was for like either Bound for Glory or one of those pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly the pay-per-view, but that was one of the best promos ever written. You're right. 100%. I like the Rocks one. Do you remember the Rocks one, Daryl, from the pay-per-view where it was Armageddon in a cell?
I don't remember the promo, but I remember the Armageddon because that was.
You don't remember the promo right before the match where the Rock makes fun of all 5 of them in one promo, and he's like,
I did it for the Rock.
Yeah. Shut up, you thong wearing fatty.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the promo. That's the whole promo. That's the end of the promo. In the beginning, he's like, "Ooh, drinking my milk. I'm Kurt Angle."
Yeah.
Then he puts the hat on. He goes, "I'm gonna drink a 6-pack because I'm so cool, Steve Austin."
Yeah, I do remember that part.
And I might kiss some guys or something. He's so funny.
Yeah.
Then he rolls his eyes back in the back of your head and he goes, "I'm the dead man." It's like, oh, promo is so good.
It was good. So, I quite enjoyed that. I would say one of my favorites of all time, and this is another TNA promo, so this just goes to tell you what one of the eras I love was Jay Lethal versus Ric Flair. And they could have done that for years because Jay Lethal sounds like, he sounds like Ric Flair. So when he was just like, you don't talk like you're me because and just that whole back and forth. And then they were wooing at each other. And then
my God, the woo off.
Yes.
The woo off was classic. Black Machismo is such an underrated character.
It was seriously just gold, man. It was so
that's where
good.
I like believe that he could definitely be like a world champ someday. It's like that Black Machismo really put him over the top as like what he could do as a guy on the mic. Like Jay Lethal was always good in the ring, but man, those Black Machismo promos, they were something, man.
Yep. So I think that was just one of the best ever. Like, don't get me wrong. Like some of the old ones are really good. Some of the old promos are great. But like the things that stick with me are the stuff that's just unbelievable or over the top. Like I freaking love whenever Owen Hart came out and he was like, "I'm not a nugget, I'm a champion."
Yo, respect me.
Yeah.
Remember his promos, like his terrible promos, like because he was really bad at promos when he was younger. Remember the ones with against Bret Hart?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I kicked your leg out from under your leg. Oh man, those are so good.
So good, dude. So good. I love that.
But he got really good at promos, like right before he passed away, though. Man, yeah, I mean, he was on a rocket ship, man. They're gonna make him Intercontinental champ, possibly world champ within a year or two. Oh man, shame.
Yep, it is a shame. It's a shame.
Eddie Guerrero's promos were classic.
I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yeah.
Like some of the ones were like, and like that whole storyline with like him being Dominic's father.
I'll be your pappy.
My
your pappy.
God, I'm your pappy promo was so good.
Yes. Yep.
It's just, I mean, even the CM Punk pipe bomb. I mean, CM Punk pipe bomb's got to be in my top 5.
Ugh.
That pipe bomb was so good.
I can't stand CM Punk though. Like I can't
stand him now because he's such an asshole. But like everything he said in that promo was true, and it is true to this day about WWE. And not only that, but like everything he said about the business was true. And the Rock versus John Cena promos, those were classic too. Especially when like Cena called him out for like being like, "Oh yeah, you walked away from all your fans," and it's funny because now Cena did the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
So remember Hogan Rock? You remember those promos?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Talk about some promo work. Hogan Rock. They don't do them like they used to.
No, they really don't. They really don't. So, but you know what? Those were some good ones.
The Mega Powers exploding. That was an amazing promo.
The Rock and Sock connection.
Oh my God, Mick Foley, this is your life?
Yes. And then, I don't know, like Chris Jericho coming over to WWE, that was a good one.
The 1,000 Holds one was good.
Oh, dude.
Man of 1,000 Holds.
Man of 1,001 Holds.
Number 1.
Arm bar. And then it goes to commercial, comes back. Number 673. Arm bar. I've used that meme of him with that giant list of paper. Speaking of Chris Jericho, the list.
Oh my God.
You know what? You just made the list.
Festival of Friendship was good.
Yes. Even his current stuff, like we're professional, we're sports entertainers. Y'all are that beat up professional wrestlers. That's so good.
I'm gonna throw a fireball at you because I'm a wizard. Oh my God, like this stuff's so corny, but it's so good. And only he can pull that shit off.
Only he can.
Like he literally walks up to people, Kalai, and throws like paper fireballs in their face, and he goes, "I'm gonna throw a fireball at you because I'm a wizard."
Dude, it's so funny because he came out when we went and saw AEW not too long ago. He came out and everybody's singing his song. They're singing Judas. He's like, you know what?
I can't sing my song anymore.
Yeah, he's like, you're not allowed to sing my song anymore. He's like, you shut up. You shut up right now. And he's like, I'll sue every one of you for royalties for singing my song. You know why? Because I'm a sports entertainer. And we beat up professional wrestlers. And it's just so dumb, but it's like, it's so good, especially when you're really into wrestling and you like understand. There's 2 different types of wrestling fans, and there's 2 different types of wrestlers. There's sports entertainers, your mainline WWE stuff, and then there's professional wrestlers who like to really get it on in the ring and just and wrestle.
They like to get it on in the ring.
Yeah, they do. Get it on. So yeah, this has been the Loot Bros WrestleCast.
Oh, Jesus.
What we've been playing might be a little shorter than we expected because these community questions have been so freaking good. So, all right, we will spare Kalai for just a little
thank
longer.
God.
I don't know. John Cena had some pretty good promos too.
You're like whichever one Daryl likes.
So. I don't know. You know what? We didn't talk about any of Bret Hart's promos. We didn't talk about any.
Oh my God! Never mind.
Stone Cold Steve
Bret
Austin.
Hart, dude.
Yes.
Just the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Yes, such a good tagline.
Just that line is just so good. And then Stone Cold, man, just so many classic ones. You remember the one where he sang on the guitar with Kurt Angle?
Yes.
And they're singing country songs, and Kurt Angle had this stupid little hat on. He's like, take the stupid little hat off.
Dude, how about the whole freaking stomp a mud hole in you and walk it dry? Like, that was revolutionary when I was a kid. I was at high school, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to come over there. I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your A and walk it dry. And my brain exploded. I went to school and said that to every human being that would sit still long enough. I was like, that was my tagline for a while there. I'm like, I don't even know what it means, but I'm going to do it. I
don't know what it means, but I'm going to do it.
And you got Vince McMahon with I didn't screw Brett.
Brett screwed Brett? Oh, man.
Yes.
It started the whole Attitude Era, man.
It did.
Brett.
Yeah. And then freaking Earl Hebner going to TNA. Wow. I actually got some trophies earlier and didn't call him out. But Earl Hebner going to TNA, and then when he would make his entrance, because I went and saw TNA when it came through here, and then he led a chant, Brett screwed Brett, Brett screwed Brett. We saw him when he had he refereed his 1000th match, and I've actually got pictures with him. It's really cool, and his autograph actually. I'm basically famous. What I'm trying to say. All right, here we go. Gareth writes in and says, with the success of TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which other cartoon from the 80s or 90s would you like to see make a comeback in video game form? Perhaps He-Man, Thundercats, Mask, or anything else? Kalai, were you much of a cartoon fan from the 80s?
Hell yeah.
Let's get it. What you got?
I watched them all. Thundercats, Smurfs,
Yes.
Rainbow Bright.
Nice.
The original.
Right, shout out.
The original and the good. My Little Pony.
Care Bears, bro.
Care Bears, Gem and the Holograms.
Imagine Care Bears getting to beat them up.
I want Smurfs. I want a new Smurfs game.
There is a new Smurfs game coming out.
Is it good though?
I'm gonna go with no.
Most likely not. All right, Joe. What about you?
Thundercats beat 'em up, made by the people, people that made
Thunder.
Shredder's Revenge.
Thundercats.
Oh!
There you go.
Achievement.
Nice. Wow. Yes, I would definitely rock a freak. I would love a G.I. Joe, like just a good freaking G.I. Joe game.
Imagine like a G.I. Joe like first person shooter, but not a shitty one.
I was thinking more Gears of War, you know?
Oh man, like a squad based G.I. Joe?
Yeah, just like yeah.
Or even a side scrolling shooting G.I. Joe?
Well, so side scrollers like Narc. If we could get one like Narc from the NES, then yes.
A roguelike G.I. Joe game? Oh,
no. Snake Eyes is dead. No, I would love a freaking bro shooter, like a real 2006
like Contra?
Bro shooter. Yeah, I mean, even
oh my god, imagine they took the Contra engine and put G.I. Joe around it.
Yeah, that would work.
Man, that'd be dope. I'd buy the shit out of that.
I would too.
Can I just say my latest achievement in the game I'm currently playing? I have to sit in the shop for a minute. I got an achievement for just standing there because I was
What game?
Skull the Empire. SKUL.
Oh, I need to go do that. So, X-Men. Give me a Shredder's Revenge, but reskin it and put the X-Men on it. Let me pick Wolverine. Let me pick Psylocke. Let me pick freaking Sabretooth.
Wait, doesn't that game already exist?
Not really.
But then what is Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
It's
pretty much.
It's more of a dungeon crawler, you know? Like, I love those games. We just don't get them anymore.
So you want a new X-Men beat 'em up, is what you're telling me?
Yes. 100%.
Imagine if they just made X-Men 2 the beat 'em up. Like, it's a sequel to the original.
Yes, absolutely. X-Men Legends 3. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd
be down for X-Men Legends 3. Why not?
Yeah. But I mean, even like it probably doesn't really probably wouldn't be great or whatever. But like just that whole 80s era, there was a cartoon, cannot remember the name of it, Dino Riders, I think is what it's called.
Jeez.
You remember Dino Riders?
Yes.
So you had freaking you had freaking like T-Rexes and Triceratops, all this stuff with armor on. And freaking little dudes, little G.I. Joe guys would ride in the back of them and freaking shoot their body, their armor and stuff off. So I would freaking love a Dino Riders. I used to think that show was the bomb, dude. I wonder where you can watch that now.
I mean, probably free on YouTube.
I would watch it.
Gives a crap about that franchise. Like, there's no way
you didn't like it?
Royalties on that. No, it was okay, but like, it was like, I don't know, it was like GoBot level.
I mean, some of them are on YouTube. You would think that would be like a Paramount Plus or something like that, you know?
I mean, why doesn't that game have... See, it came out in the wrong era, man. If it came out... Seriously, but if it came out in like the 90s, it would have got a game. Everything got a goddamn game in the 90s.
Yeah, that came out in 88. It came out just to launch the Tyco toy line, which I freaking love those things, dude. I had the T-Rex. Oh my gosh.
Everything got a toy.
Yep.
In that era.
Not supposed to be, man.
Do you remember like Cowboys and Moo Mesa?
No.
I got a Super Nintendo game.
Let me back up. If we got a He-Man game, what style?
Action adventure.
So we're talking Spider-Man?
I'm talking like Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Like that for a He-Man game.
That'd be dope.
Or like the people who made Uncharted. Have them do He-Man.
Naughty Dog?
Yeah, why not?
Huh. That'd be interesting.
Give them something to do besides make the same damn game.
God, dude, I know. Freaking what a waste. And you see now they're like trying to defend themselves. Like, it's not a cash grab.
It's not a cash grab.
It's a cash grab. It's a good, okay, cool. You're going to make some money, but like, really? Like a $70 version, a lesser version of the last game you released? Like, what? You put the remaster, the PS4 remaster comes with The Last of Us, Factions, and the DLC. This game is going to come out for $70 and it doesn't have the multiplayer. So it's a lesser version. It's not a cash grab. Come on, guys.
Not a cash grab.
All right. Ender writes in and he says, if you could put any wrestler into an action adventure game, who would it be?
Ender, I thought we were friends.
That's the friends now.
We're good friends now. We're best friends. I would put John Cena in a Captain America. I've always thought John Cena should be Captain America. Like, hands down. That is, I would put him in a freaking
Captain Workface.
Yeah. I mean, technically now you could just have him as Peacemaker.
He does do a really good Peacemaker.
Penis maker? Is that what you said?
Peacemaker.
Not say penis maker.
I thought I'd get a word in edgewise in this conversation.
She's like, I know how to distract these boys. Penis. Yeah. I would love something like that. I don't know. Batista in a Gears of War. That just makes sense.
Yeah, because he's already in it.
I mean, he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be in the show.
I mean, it's tough. Any wrestler. I mean, I like The Miz in Mortal Kombat, like big time.
That'd be cool.
Like, I really want him to be Johnny Cage.
Dude, me too.
Like, I hope he wins that, or gets that part, because he deserves it. Like, if anybody should be Johnny Cage, should be that dude. And he already knows how to like fight and stuff, so like you don't really have to train him.
Yep.
What training do you have to do?
He was in the Marine.
Dude, and those movies are not that bad.
No, they're great.
But the last one, Becky Lynch.
Yeah. I didn't watch that one.
It's on. It's on that service you don't use anymore.
Oh, the service that now shall not be named.
Yep.
Didn't I name it earlier?
Oh.
I don't know. Did I? I don't know.
I don't know. What else? We could do I could do Charlotte Flair and Uncharted. Tomb Raider.
No. Charlotte Flair is fucking as a RoboCop because she's so boring. And she talks like a robot.
That would be awesome.
As female RoboCop.
Yep.
I am female RoboCop. I am Charlotte. My shitty promos ruin wrestling.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Come on, Kalai. What wrestler would you put in a game?
The Rock and Monster Hunter.
There you go.
All right.
Basically, the Scorpion King.
Is that just because you want to see The Rock without a shirt fight monsters?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I might as well be honest.
I mean, I just wanted to be on the same page. You know?
Yeah. So basically,
I don't mind seeing The Rock with no shirt on. He's a handsome man. He's a handsome man.
I mean, have you played Jumanji?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good game.
Really?
Dude, I don't think it's very good.
It's got jank up the wazoo, but I feel like if you get a squad together, it's some good times.
Yeah, I recruited the trio. We all played it together, but like it's not saving our progress. Like I don't know what we're doing wrong.
Are you beating the maps?
I thought we were. I thought we were on the second or third one. Then we had to start all the way over. Like it didn't save.
Are you sure it's not saving? Go into your things.
Yeah, but whenever we start another match or somebody loses or something, it starts us all the way from the very beginning.
Oh, interesting.
It's very weird. Yeah.
I like that game. I enjoyed it. What it was. I mean, it didn't really cost me much. So then the PS5 upgrade was free. So
Yeah.
That's like one of those PS5 upgrades where I got it and I was like, why the hell would they make a PS5 upgrade of this? But we don't have one for Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, we will eventually. That game's doing too well.
I mean, 100 million copies. Yeah, shout out to. We should have toasted to that. Dude, 1 million copies sold already. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah, we'll get another one.
And they don't count Game Pass sales. So I think we're gonna get a. I think we're gonna get a sequel very soon. They're gonna milk the shit out of this.
Oh, dude, if it was me, I would just freaking just same game, just throw a different level or two.
And just remaster it and throw it out to all the people that are gonna buy it because they all spent like everybody double dipped on that thing anyway. They're like, oh, we need a physical one and
oh man. So I would totally, if they put out a PS5 version,
oh dude, I'd buy it again. I'd pay for it.
Yeah, but how expensive would it be for PS5? You got that
$25, the same. They're not. They don't change prices.
Yes, they do. The PS5 games are more expensive. It's $40, so it's
they're $10 more, Kalai. And no, most games are not more money because when you buy the digital version, like so, Sony's been doing this cool thing, and I'll give them props where props due. If you buy the digital version of something on Sony now, they've just been giving you the PS5 one for free or the PS4 one for free with it. Like they're not upcharging anymore. Like if it has the other version, they're just giving it to you.
Yep.
And they're not charging more for it. Whereas like if you buy the disc version, sometimes it doesn't come with it. Do you notice that, Darrell?
Yep.
Like some of the disc versions don't have the free upgrade anymore, but if you buy the digital version, you get both.
Yep. That was really cool because all the Resident Evils, well, not all of them, but the 2 remakes and 7 just got their PS5 release.
Yeah, but they're auto trophy pops, which made me so angry. Like
just don't have the save data loaded, right?
No. Nope. You have to move the save data off your console because
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
They're server based. So it just pops it automatically. As soon as you put the game in, it was like boop. And did you see like PS5 does this new thing now where it doesn't pop all your trophies anymore? It just pops one and then all the rest pop. Like in the background. So it doesn't go like bing, 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 bing anymore if like you have like 1 million trophies pop. It just pops one and they all just pop.
Well, that's boring. I want to see the binging.
Yeah, I do too. Like I look forward to bing, 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 bing.
Yep, I'm all about that. Bing,
dude,
bing,
it's an adrenaline rush. It's a shot of dopamine.
It is, and you get like 20 or 30 shots in a row.
That's why people collect them. Like literally.
Yep. That's why I play crappy games, just so I can get that ding over and over and over again.
Exactly, you're addicted to the ding. It had nothing to do with being addicted to play video games. Darrell's more addicted to the ding of the trophy than anything else.
That's right. Addicted to the ding. That's the name of this week's show.
Jesus.
All right. Styling writes in, said, who would win in a fight between Kratos and Marcus Phoenix? And then why?
Why? This is a clown question, bro. It's obviously Kratos. Guy wields a hammer. Or an axe that he can throw. There's no way he's losing.
Dude, Marcus Phoenix has a chainsaw gun.
A Lancer? I'm glad you know what it's called.
Well, I mean, it just sounds cooler. If I say Lancer and someone who hasn't played Gears of War,
very true. Yeah.
If you say a chainsaw gun, it's just like, oh, that's a little more dramatic.
I think Break Stuff should like play whenever he's like slicing people up. He's like, I got a chainsaw, what? A motherfucking chainsaw, what?
There you go. The thing about Marcus Phoenix is he's like, bring it, razor hell. Like he says all these cool things. Dom's tomato.
Except that last one.
He says it on
he does say that.
It's like on the Gears 4. It's like, my GD tomatoes. It's like, what?
What?
Trophy.
I like when they talk about Carmine.
Yeah, dude, Carmine's awesome. I had the Carmine shirt, kill Carmine, save Carmine on the Xbox 360. On your avatar?
Yeah, I had my avatar was dressed as Ghostface.
Dang.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right.
I liked avatars. I wish they would have had them on PlayStation.
I think Kratos technically would win, but Marcus is a cooler character. So
I don't know. Like,
yeah, I like Marcus the best. Like, I think his first 3 Gears games.
Just hell yeah,
cemented him as like one of the great. He's one of the best characters. I like that whole thing for it to be a bro shooter, and then for them to freaking break your heart with Dom dying. And
Oh my
him.
god! And then Dom's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, when he
Maria!
finds Maria. Oh my god!
Mhm.
Spoilers, guys, if you haven't played.
Talk about one of the first times I ever cried playing a video game.
Dude, it's so
sitting
funny.
Sitting there with one of my best friends, and sitting with one of my best friends, Garrett, and I'm like, did we just cry? Keeping that between us.
We crying over Gears of War. Oh, do we just become best friends?
It's like there's no crying in Gears.
Yep.
There's no crying in Gears.
Dude, freaking Gears of War was so good. So there was this guy who ran the Blockbuster down the road from my house, and I went in there because they had the Gears of War action figures there, and I used to buy them there.
Those were sick McFarlane figures.
Yes, they were. And so I freaking went in there to buy them, and this guy was like, dude, David Baird or Damon Baird is the biggest a-hole ever. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I like him. And then we were talking, and he was like, dude, did you play Gears too? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah. And then, dude, something flipped. Whenever I talked about, I said I beat the game, he went from this kind of like kind of standoffish duty, like, oh, whatever kind of attitude, to like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe Maria died. I freaking cried my eyes out. Oh, like, dude, that was
You
crazy.
just bonded. You just fucking bonded. You just got a free membership to Blockbuster.
Yeah, did we just become best friends?
Like, all your rentals are free, man.
That's right.
Long live Maria.
That's right, Maria. All right, Stalin also asks us, which
Wait.
card do you... Go ahead.
I would like to give my answer. You forgot about me.
Okay, what was your answer?
My answer is obviously Marcus Phoenix because shotgun to the face.
That's right. Well, you texted us and said you were using the bathroom, so I didn't realize you were back yet.
Well, you talk a
She's
very
not
long
back
time,
yet.
and your stories actually kind of like just string out. So I knew that when you started the story, I could go to the bathroom.
Dang, she's freaking hating. She's over here texting us, hey, I got to take a stinky. I'll be right back. And then she comes back with the heat.
Stinky. There, I'll just throw you under the stink bucket.
Had to
I'm just
pee.
kidding. She didn't say that. Oh, God, dog. That's what I do to my family. Anytime my family and friends, if we all go to dinner together, Kalai, Joe, if we ever go to dinner together and you ever excuse yourself from the room or excuse yourself from the dinner table,
Getting torn up.
1,000%, I'm going to make an announcement that you're going number 2.
Wait, I have a question. You actually excuse yourself from the dinner table?
People do it sometimes. I don't know.
They're Southern, yes.
Oh, okay, because in my household, I just say I have to pee. I'll be right back.
Just
Well,
get up and go. I'm in my
right?
own damn house. I own this shit.
Yeah, well, what usually happens is somebody will say, hey, I'll be right back. Or, excuse me, I got to run to the restroom or something like that. And then when they do, I'm like, oh, you got to go number 2? I'm like, no.
Like, I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass.
Yo, I have irritable bowel syndrome. That does not embarrass me anymore. You probably would be right.
Well, I do it to my kids, and it's hilarious because they know I'm going to say it, and then they still act like it's this big shock. Like, no, Dad, why would you say that? Ooh.
No, they're not gonna
But, all right, moving on. Stylen writes in. He says, which car do you think would win a point-to-point race between the Gran Turismo cover car, the Porsche Vision GT, and the Forza Horizon 5 cover car, the Mercedes AMG 1? Joe, this is all you.
I mean, probably. I'm gonna go with the Forza car is probably better tuned. People in Forza give a shit. Whereas like the Gran Turismo car probably has stock parts in it. The person probably didn't upgrade their car. It's probably gonna
Dang.
lose.
Yeah, I'm going to say Mercedes because I think it's cool.
Porsche's a nice ass car.
They're
That
little.
particular Porsche.
They're so little, though,
Oh yeah, I mean, they're cars for
for
Yeah.
little people. Or not me. So what about you, Kalai?
The Mercedes.
Yeah, because of Xbox?
No, I drove a Mercedes.
Oh, dang. Total flex.
I was 17 at the time.
Dang. Got that trust one.
Well, no, funny story.
Go for it.
So when I was like 17 years old, I used to work at a bagel shop. And my mom one day came to me and she's like, my car's air conditioner is broken. I can't put the windows down because it will mess up my hair for work. So you have to take my Mercedes.
Dang.
That's why I took the Mercedes. The funnier part is how we got the Mercedes. My dad, I don't know if it was a car auction or something, but he bought this Mercedes, got a good price on it. It was beautiful, big car, big 4-door car for the family. And my dad opened up the glove compartment to see, like, I guess make sure it was cleaned or whatever. And in that glove compartment was
a poop sack.
Yes, actually there was. Actually, yes. Was an actual ticket, not a ticket, like a permanent pass to park on the Trump resorts, because the Mercedes, which has low miles, used to be one of Trump's executive car, and they sold it, and my father got it for a good price, and when he opened up the glove compartment, he found Trump stuff.
That's like winning a golden ticket.
Freaking dope. I afraid that junk. Put that over the fireplace. I thought you were gonna say they found a J-Rag in there. I'm like, ugh, gross.
No, it was actually one of Trump's fleet's car. So
cute. All right, Matt G ends our questions this week. We didn't get anything from Dr. Deuce this week.
I'm not happy about that. Yeah. I feel like he's slipping now.
Yeah, he's slipping in his old age. Way to go, Jared. Wow. Matt G writes in and says, if Kalai got to ban one topic from the show, would it be music or sports? Excluding wrestling. You cannot ban that. Anything else?
I've already tried this once. Farting.
There haven't been any farts on the show in a long time.
I'm not even... No. Move on. I'm not going to walk right into that. Nice try.
All right. Well, I'm gonna follow this over to Joe. Joe, if you could ban one topic from the show, what would it be?
Nothing.
Oh,
no ban anything.
No holds bar.
I think we should add more topics.
Get it? Go 4-hour shows. Be the minimum.
Yeah, I think we should ban 30-minute shows.
Awesome. I don't know that I'd ban anything either. There's certain things I don't want to talk about, but for the most part, let's go.
I mean, we could ban talking about Xbox.
I thought about saying that, but
that's like the easy answer. That's like the biggest troll answer though, because like I don't hate Xbox. I just feel bad for them. You know?
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And it's okay. In 5 years, when there's no games to play because you own every franchise, you don't want to make those games anymore. Everyone's like, "Oh, where's all the games?" Well, Microsoft owns them all. They don't want to make them. They shut down all the studios.
Right. They tried. They did their best.
They did my best.
They're going to give all the popular franchises to 343 so they can destroy them all evenly. 343.
No, they'll just put everybody on Halo.
343 is like my least favorite studio ever. I think I dislike 343 more than I dislike all of EA.
I mean, EA they're just there now. Like they make like 4 games now.
Yep.
And badly.
Yep, I agree.
How do you make a bad Madden game? It's literally just football.
I agree. All right, so we promised we would do our what have we been playing segment at the end. Being that we've already gone for almost 2 hours, what do you guys want to do? You want to dig in deep, or you just want to kind of do the normal overview?
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Kalai, start us off with a game that you've been playing this week.
Well, the last couple of weeks because I haven't been here.
Okay.
Let's start off with I beat Boyfriend Dungeon.
Congratulations.
Hey, it's a really good game. Don't knock it. It's only like 5 hours.
Not knocking it. I said congratulations. That wasn't like a smart congratulations.
Dang. He called you out for knocking her game. I'm just kidding. What is Boyfriend Dungeon?
Boyfriend Dungeon is a dungeon crawler where the weapons turn into men or women, and you can date the weapons so they get better. And I had this cute looking guy picked out that I was going to take all the way, and then I got distracted because new men come along, And instead, the romance I had was with a cat.
Oh my god!
It was awesome. My cat turned into fists, so I just punched the crap out of people. Fantastic.
Balls of Fury.
Balls of Fury.
That was a great game.
It's actually really cute, and I bet you I didn't look on the achievements because I played it on Steam, but I bet the trophies wouldn't be that bad.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
I can look it up while somebody talks about their first game.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
I mean, I guess I'll talk about. I'll do some Patreon stuff. Made a little bit of progress in Need for Speed. Payback. I fucking hate this game. Thanks, NZ. Thanks, dude. Seriously, the thanks go out to you for making me hate my life every time I put this game in my console. Like, this game's terrible. It's just a terrible racing game.
Well,
And it's not.
you liked it for a while there.
So it's not okay. So let me talk real talk. It's not a terrible racing game. The problem with the game itself is literally that it incorporates this bullshit loot system where it's like, oh, you like racing? You do? Really? You like it? Cool. So we're gonna take all the things you like about racing games, and then we're gonna not let you do those and not let you tune your cars for free and stuff. We're gonna make you pay money, and it's like a loot box system where every time you win a race, you pick between 3 things. You can trade those things in, and you can upgrade that way, but you can't just outright buy parts. You can, but you're always 500, you're always one step below the computer. And it's just so annoying. It's there's no reason for me to be. So you can't do what you can do in most games, right, Daryl? Most racing games, you can just overpower yourself, and then you just race yourself. You can just blow the competition away. You can't do this in the Need for Speed game. And I guess that's what kind of pisses me off. I just want to finish the game. I just want to beat it. But it's making me play all the shit races to upgrade my car, and I don't want to do that. So it's frustrating me because I can't just finish it. I just want to finish the game at this point. The dirt levels, don't get me started. I could have a rant for 20 minutes about these fucking dirt levels. Oh my god, they're so infuriating. So if you hit one wrong thing on the dirt path, your car goes flying 50 feet in the air. Or you fly off a cliff because half the time it's you're racing Tokyo Drift tracks from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, where the last slalom in the movie where they're racing down this big giant slalom in Japan. It's that, but every fucking race is like that, and I'm there's no reason for this. Why? Why are you making me do this? Why are you making me hate this game and my life at the same time? It's I put the game in, Daryl, and I cringe because I have to play it.
What's funny is you liked it a lot in the beginning.
Right. I still like it. It's a love-hate relationship. We have we have a crazy love-hate relationship. I don't know how to perfectly state how much this game pisses me off because it's a good game. It just has really busted-ass mechanics. There's no reason for the mechanics to be the way that they are. If they just fixed the game, there would be no issue.
Interesting.
What's your first game, Daryl?
I'm actually going to start out with a good one. So my son and I, my oldest, we have played the Resident Evil 1 remake.
Nice.
We played the OG Resident Evil 2. And we beat both those games. And then the next up on the docket was going to be Resident Evil 3, the OG version. I like the OG versions better than the remake, personally. Even though I really like both of the remakes. So we've been kind of sitting on it. We're going to play them all in order. Well, last week, I think it was last week I was really, really busy with work. Just every single day, all my loans were just rock and rolling and going. And I had some days where I had a lot of new things pop up that I've never experienced before. So I had to navigate a bunch of different stuff. And then I'm generating a lot of new business. And so I'm learning new programs and all this stuff. And I worked probably 50 hours last week, but I was at home. I just was, I'm a little slow because I'm still very new to a lot of this stuff. And so I've been going into the office a good bit over the past few weeks as well, doing a lot of hands-on training, sales meetings, things of that nature. So I didn't really hang with my kids a lot last week, not like normal, not like I want to. Here's my undivided attention. Okay. So my wife and I have been sitting back, and she'll watch her trashy reality show on one screen. I'll be playing games on the other. And I've spent a lot of time with her like that, but not with the kids. So what I decided to do was I was like, we're gonna fast forward. We're gonna jump up. Instead of playing the next Resident Evil game in line, we're gonna play Resident Evil 5 together.
Oh, great one to pick.
I know. It was funny because we were talking about it earlier too. So we're doing co-op. So I took a picture earlier of like the two screens beside each other and us starting the game together. So we're playing Resident Evil 5, and it's so good. I mean, I've beaten the game so many times. I've platinumed the game on PS3. I platinum on PS4. 100% on Xbox 360. I'm almost 100% on Xbox One. Like I love that game. So what we did was I got him playing as Chris. I'm playing as Sheva. Now I've got all the upgraded everythings. So like what I'm doing is there's certain like things where I'll have like an infinite weapon with me, and then I'll have a gun that I haven't unlocked the infinite stuff on. So like if I need to get us out in a pinch in a section of the game, I can, but because I don't want to carry him through it and like ruin the experience for him. But I also really like killing stuff in the game. So yeah, we just been kind of playing around, and like because I have all the guns, I'm showing him what you can have, and he's like, "Dude, I really want that. Dude, I really want that." So we're having a good time. We beat the first couple missions on that today. I got a really busy day tomorrow, but I'm hoping I can get a couple more missions in with him.
See, I mean, being a self-made man now, like it's not a 9-to-5 thing anymore. Now you got to make the commish.
Yeah, and like right now, those first few months are kind of tough because like I got to work to get those commission checks rolling in. So, but it's cool, I'm really enjoying myself, and the freedom to work from home, and like I had like I showed you guys like a picture of my toilet earlier that I had to replace a section on the wall, replace my toilet. So it's like, yeah, sure, I'm working, I'm on the clock, and I'm the hypothetical clock, but like I had to replace a toilet, so I just freaking stopped what I was doing and went and got a toilet. I stopped what I was doing and patched the wall, and so I don't know. It's been cool. So we've been playing that Resident Evil 5, great drop in, drop out co-op, freaking third person over the shoulder shooter, not very scary. Like we got the surround sound cranked, and we're trying to absorb the scares if there are any in the beginning. But yeah, we're just gonna have a blast. I'll eventually go through all the Gears games with him. But just having a good time. So Resident Evil 5, one of my favorite games, and I already got all the trophies except for the DLC. So I think what we'll do is we'll beat the game together, and then instead of going through and grinding out the trophies for him, unless he just wants to, we'll jump into the DLC, and I'll have him help me like get that final 100%.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I mean, those are great games.
Yep. All right, Kalai, what about you?
The next game I finally I had to restart it, but I finally beat it. Is Shovel Knight.
Dig it.
Fantastic game.
It really is. I played it, got to the last boss, and just couldn't make it for some reason. I don't know, something didn't click, something wasn't right. So I restarted it from the beginning, and I beat it in like 3 days.
Awesome.
Fantastic game.
My favorite indie game of all time.
I might have to go back and play the Plague Knight.
Play them all. They're all worth playing.
So,
that's what I hear. I hear they're really good.
Yeah, they really are. If you get a chance to get a hold of them, Darrell.
You probably own Shovel Knight, don't you?
I own Shovel Knight. Yeah, I do. Don't get me wrong. It's not my style game. I played it and I was like, okay, this is cool, but like, it's not my kind of cup of tea. But my oldest, Noah, he played it for a while. So.
He beat it?
I don't know if he beat it or not, actually. I know he played it for a while.
You should tell him that's a quick, easy one. Finish up.
About how long is Shovel Knight?
5 hours.
I mean, it depends on your skill level too. Like it's a platformer, so if you're updating things and you're playing the game the right way, you could beat it pretty quick. But
yeah, I'm pretty trash at platformers. So. Unless they're like Ratalaika platformers, like you play for 30 minutes and you get a platinum. I mean, not that I'm into that anymore, but if I was.
Is that bet still going on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. What about you, Joe? What's your next?
It's that I've been playing.
Yep.
Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. Well, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. The game's really good. I'm really digging it. I would say I put about another like 7 hours into it. I'm up to like 15 hours right now, which is okay for 2 weeks of the game being out. 15 hours is good for me. I mean, but the game just plays so much different than any other Musou game I've ever played. Like, there's just so much love and care put in this game as far as like different systems and like leveling up your base camp so you can like train your guys to do different things. Like, for instance, like each time there's like special mission battles where I can only play this battle as all female characters, or I can only play this battle as only axe warriors or people that wield different weapons. It's like really cool they added things like that in the game to make it a little bit more challenging. Overall, the game's pretty easy. It's like a cakewalk, and you can grind at any point. So I would say it's one of the easier Musou games I've ever played. Like, real easy. Like, you level up really fast too. But I have seen that once I've gotten into the 20s now, like the leveling's not going as fast as it was. I think that's because I'm still fighting like lower level stuff. I'm pretty over leveled. So I'm hoping like the difficulty evens out. But Kalai, it plays like every other Fire Emblem game where there's multiple paths, but this one's very different. As like each whichever house you pick, Kalai, you play with that house only. And there's a completely different storyline for each house.
How's that different than any other Fire Emblem?
Well, it's different than the last Fire Emblem Musou game. Sorry, I think this is the best game you could pick to make a Musou game.
Oh, okay, got you.
Everybody loved all the characters in Three Houses, so to be able to play as all those characters in Three Hopes was like going back to like, characters I loved and adored. Play with again. I should have been smart and picked a different house because I never played any of the other paths besides one path because it just took so long to beat Three Houses that I just never went back and played it again. But I really want to do that eventually too. But yeah, I mean, that game's phenomenal.
Dope. All right, next up for me will be Werewolf Apocalypse. Third person, hack and slash, a little bit of jank.
Game's amazing.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So much fun. So much fun just playing as a werewolf, ripping through things. Ugh.
And that's kind of been my thing. It's just like slashing into people, like just going in large groups and just freaking just going. The game, the dialogue and the story and stuff, not really digging 100%. Like, it's not terrible, but I'm not playing the game for that. Like, I'm playing the game just for the hack and slash and just turning into a werewolf and just cutting people up. So I started on PS5. And then I think we got the PS4 version on PS4 version was on the PS Plus Premium.
No, we got the PS5 version.
Is it the? I think we got the PS4 and PS5 version because I'm playing the PS4 version now, and I don't remember buying that one unless they gave me both when I purchased the game.
They gave you both when you purchased it.
Okay.
But if you didn't purchase it, so I played the PS4 one for free. Because they gave us that for free for PS Plus, and then they put the PS5 version on the streaming service.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So what I bought that game day one. I bought it on PS5. It was kind of like early PS5 release. It popped up on the store, and I was like, "This looks cool. The graphic looks cool." Just the static graphic that it pops up. So I like it, man. I like it.
How far did you get so far?
I'm looking. Let me look at my trophies. I'm 8 trophies deep out of 44, which doesn't really mean much.
No, I mean, I got like 78% of the trophies, and I wasn't even trying to get. Trying. Like, they just come like water in that game.
Yep, I haven't tried to get them either, but
I would just make sure you're using your power where like you like use your like power to like see what like is around you or whatever.
Yep.
Because that's how you find all the hidden collectibles, and that's a harder trophy to get if you don't do that throughout the game. If you're not actively searching for that stuff, you'll miss collectibles, and then you won't get that trophy. But a lot of the other trophies are pretty simplistic, and then like all like the ones for like killing things like a certain way or doing like something in a mission, they're not that hard to get either.
Gotcha.
Overall, I thought it was a pretty easy trophy list.
Yeah, I'm a couple hours in. I don't know that I'll go for the platinum for it, but
fun game.
Yeah, I'm a couple hours in.
It reminds me of all those janky ass like superhero video games that used to come out in the day.
Yep.
Like a Daredevil and like stuff, or not Daredevil, Deadpool and games like that. Like where they weren't like very polished, but they were just fun enough that I didn't give a crap. So yeah, I really like that game like a lot. Like it's one of my surprise games of this year. Like honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. It's a great. I like every now and again. I just like a good hack and slash. I
Me
just
too.
enjoy
And
them.
I feel like
A
they
button
don't
masher.
make enough of those anymore.
They don't. So, all right, Kalai, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about Monster Hunter Rise, the newest expansion to Monster Hunter.
You mean Monster Hunter Sunbreak?
Oh yes, Monster Hunter Sunbreak. Sorry. Oh my God, Joe. Master rank. Let's talk about.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm already master rank level 4.
Nice.
I got to play against Astalos today, which is a big, I know, character for you.
Yeah, my favorite armor set.
I can't use the new armor set, but I'm hoping they do a layered armor so I can look like them.
Yeah, I think they already have layered armor in the game though, don't they?
They do, but I don't know if they have Astalos armor.
I thought you could do it with any armor now. I thought Sunbreak fixed that.
Oh, I don't know. I have to check because I just played it today. I only played a couple matches before we recorded. They added. So, have you ever tried the lottery in the game?
Yeah.
You can do it up to 6 times now with the amiibos.
Whoa, a day?
With the amiibos, yeah.
Nice. Do you have to use the Fire Emblem ones or can you use anyone?
You can use anyone's.
I really need to take my amiibos out of the package and just say fuck it at this point because like if I had all my amiibos, do you know how much faster I could level all my characters up in Fire Warriors Definitive Edition because I have so many amiibos.
So I'm gonna just tell you, you don't need the Monster Hunter amiibos because you said Fire Emblem because you have it on your brain.
Yeah.
But you can use any 6 amiibos, and now with the lottery, it adds a new specialty where when the owl spits out a ball, it could also spit out gold balls, and that levels up your points. And every like 300 points, you get an additional item.
Nice. What are they?
Oh, they're like demon powder, or I just got 3. I'm trying to get 3 golden eggs. 3 golden eggs is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be hard to get too.
Yeah, I'm currently playing Insect Blade, and I'm really enjoying that.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of my friends got the expansion as well, and they were saying how good it was, and I was like, I don't know, I just don't want to buy anything else right now. I'm just really in that state of mind where like I'm just saving money and just playing the games I own. And PlayStation Premium makes it like honestly, I feel like that Game Pass thing where I'm like, not that I don't want to buy anything, it's that I don't really have to right now. Like everything I want is at my fingertips, and like any other PlayStation 5 game that I wanted, like Returnal and stuff like that, I can play now. So like I'm not hurting for things to play, and I'm not rushing out to buy anything right now.
True, but all my friends are playing, so the fact that I can jump in anytime with my friends, we had a 4-person group going earlier.
That's awesome. Like I always think like it's always like at those games, people like I always think it's smart to jump in while the game is hot and people are playing. But I also know like the fan base for that game is always going to be hot because it's Monster Hunter, and that's people play those games forever. They don't stop. People are addicted.
Yeah.
It's like crack.
They also added, you know how in the original game you could ride monsters and crash them into the terrain?
Yeah.
They added this terrain feature where sometimes there's these ring of bugs, and if you crash the monster into that bugs, it does more damage.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. What else is going on in Monster Hunter? Oh, they really upgraded the whole bargaining thing with the Meowsters.
Nice.
Now you can have them do backdoor deals, which also adds more ore and stuff you can sell to make money.
Oh, nice. I think, well, I mean, that's also good for making weapons too, so.
Yeah. I'm running out of money because I'm like producing all of these awesome weapons that I couldn't produce before. And then, and of course, I was telling you earlier, Matt is a hunting horn. And the way for anybody that doesn't play Monster Hunter, hunting horns, they play music. And as the music infects the entire party. So he can do stuff that keeps our weapons completely sharpened so it never dulls, which is awesome. And of course, he gives us earplugs, which we love earplugs.
Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really am, because I know like you and Matt are huge Monster Hunter fans like myself, but like like I said, I just think it came out at a point right now where I'm just enjoying what I have, and I've never had this like kind of like desire not to buy any games. Like this is such a weird feeling to have.
I
as a
know.
human
Plus,
being.
you're not even up to the expansion.
I'm not. I'm like right before it. So like I don't really need to play it right now, to be honest. Like
Yeah, and I totally would help you.
I know you would. You know how I am with Monster Hunter though. I'm not gonna like cheat myself out of experience of playing it myself. So
Well, the single player and the multiplayer are different in the original.
yeah, I know.
Um,
And I just need to beat one more monster. I need to beat Magnamala to beat the campaign.
Magmanala is no joke.
I mean, even in the original, I feel like he's a pain in the fucking ass.
He is, and you know what?
And I had him down to like low health because he was like gasping for air, and I got one hit with his stupid fucking superpower thing, and I was like, fuck.
If it makes you feel better, I'm Master Rank 4. I have Master Rank 4 armor. Like, I have really good armor. So the other day, I was like, oh, I need basic parts from the high rank Magma Malo. I'll just go do them real quick by myself. Dude, he bitch slapped me.
Didn't work well for you, I'm guessing.
No, it did not. It did not. I was like, ugh. So it is a very difficult game, but at least in the higher levels, but I'm having a ton of fun. What is the next game on your list?
On my list, I mean, I played a lot of Control this last week.
Oh, I love
PS5,
Control. I love
on
Control.
PS5. It plays so good on PS5. It's so smooth, and it's just a really, really good game.
It really is. Now, you're playing it on PS5. Now, I know we've had in the past discussions on how I like I like my PC because I have such a good monitor. I like having a good monitor, and we always go versus that graphics versus gameplay. And
and I feel like in this state, like not to cut you off, but like in this reason, like you're absolutely correct. Like this is a game where like it's really a next gen game, and it really needed to be played on a next gen console. And like playing it, like me experiencing it for the first time on the PS4, kind of like, man, this game was great. But now playing it on like a high end console, this game's a fucking masterpiece. It's a beautiful ass game. Everybody should play this if they haven't. Like go out and buy yourself a copy of Control. I mean, if you have PS Premium, it's on theirs, but
didn't they give it away for free?
they did, but my dumb ass didn't fucking download the PS5 version when it was free. Like the one time I forget to download the game.
Oof, that's
I
rough.
was so mad, Kalai.
Yep.
So, but I was happy because they had it on PlayStation Premium, so I finally get to play it on PS5. And I'm just digging Control. It's just so good. Like replaying this game is so much fun. Plus, I get to replay the game, just the game. Like I'm skipping all the cutscenes. It's just playing the action sequences, which the action sequences of the game are so good, so good.
That was a game that when I played it, man, it surprised me. Like I saw the preview for that one.
Storylines is so fucking boring.
Well, it was like I liked the storyline a lot. It's very X-Files, but
I know, and that's why Levi liked it a lot too, because it was just X-Files the game, and not shitty like the actual X-Files game.
Poor Levi. The man has a bad experience with one game, and it's like
no, the man said it was amazing, then turned around and said,
"You know what? You did that with Need for Speed Payback, so that's your masterpiece.
Very true.
You're branded." No, but like in all, dude. So that E3 with Resident Evil being announced, and then Control being kind of right after it, or right before it, and I was like, dude, this looks really interesting. There's something about it. I like this. And then I pre-ordered the game, bought it, and I put it in, and it grabbed me and just had my attention for so long. Control is I agree. I do believe it is a masterpiece. Like all joking aside, I freaking love that game. I love the lore. I love the crazy amount of in-depth writing. Like if you're looking for something to really sink into and get lost in, dude, it's like a freaking novel, dude. It's so.
I mean, yeah, if you read all the stuff,
if you read all the stuff, oh
it's
my gosh,
deep,
so
man.
good.
It's a deep game.
And the gameplay was just amazing. They controlled so well.
I mean, I wish Infamous if they made the next Infamous, if they gave this team Infamous Man, imagine what they could do with it.
Yeah, that would be incredible. So, I would love another control. So those are.
Well, I think you're gonna get one, but I think you're getting Alan Wake 3 first. But
Well, we're getting Alan Wake 2,
or
and it's
Alan Wake
supposed
2,
to be
sorry, not 3.
more.
Skipping a generation.
That's already been announced, and it's going to be.
Didn't Control 2 already get announced too? Didn't they announce both of them already?
Well, they announced Alan Wake 2. The rumor is they were going to do Control 2, or the next Control, whatever it's going to be called. So
I'm surprised they didn't remake Alan Wake 1 from the ground up using the Control engine. Like, it would have been very, very wise of them to do that instead of releasing the game in the state that they released it in.
Give a shout out to Jared. He just beat Alan Wake.
Yeah, he did. I'm about to play that next.
Dude,
I need to play that. I own it. It's just sitting in a pile.
Yep.
And you know what? I bought the physical version off Best Buy. I think we bought it at the same time. Both of us did. And I remember yours got lost in transit. You know, order another one. And I think that that's the reason why you never played it, because it didn't come right away, and then you started playing something else.
And then it broke. The disc was broken. So when I finally got it, it was broken, and then I had to send it off and get another one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Best Buy has a terrible rap with sending stuff in the mail. Absolutely terrible. Their stuff's always either broken or it's not working, or the discs are always out of the fucking thing, all the time.
Crazy.
Every time. And that drives me crazy too, Daryl. When you buy a game and it's not in the disc, the little disc sleeve.
Yep. Drives me crazy.
And I'll always ask him to go in the back and see if they have another copy. He's like, there's one right there. I'm like, yeah, the disc's loose. He's like, what? He's like, kidding, right? I'm like, no.
Nope.
Paying my hard-earned money for a loose disc.
That's right. And then, like I said, mine was broken. All right, my next game is going to be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I got my platinum trophy this week.
Congrats on that. I really want to play that, badly. I just don't want to spend $70 on a game that's 7 hours.
Well, I got 14 hours out of it, so.
I mean, that's not too bad. I feel like I might hit it up. I think GameFly right now it's $27 or something like that. It's cheap. It's on the cheap on GameFly right now. So I might pick it up on GameFly. I always trust GameFly. They take really good care of their games.
Yep.
And if people don't take care of their games, they make them pay for them. So
it's a really good one, a really easy platinum. I would put this out there if you decide you want to go from the platinum from the beginning. You should definitely look at the trophy list first, because I caught myself in a level of grinding that I didn't have to do for one trophy. It cost me about 4 hours. So Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, excellent game, amazing gameplay, amazing graphics. It looks better than a Pixar movie. It's so freaking plays so well. I mean, if you've played Ratchet and Clank, you kind of know what you're getting into, but this one just looks and just feels so good. And it is streamlined. It's not near as long as the older. I feel like the other Ratchet and Clanks are way longer for no real good reason.
I mean,
it's a good. I think it's a really good game. I think that the 7 hour campaign is totally. It didn't overstay its welcome. I really liked it. Lots of games.
For those types of games, though, I feel like the campaign never needs to be that long, though, because and I think it's a stupid reason for me not want to buy it, but I feel like $70 for that type of game is it's a lot. It's a lot to ask for somebody. It really is. I know it's a great game, but I don't know, man.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I bought mine from GameFly for $40. So, and I thought $40 was a great price point for it. So if you get yours for 20 or 30, that's even better. It's every bit of worth that.
It's on my Black Friday list.
Yeah, there's two. Yeah, that'd be perfect too. There's 2 trophies you should look out for if just kind of a pro tip. If you're going to go for the platinum in this game, look out for the extinction event. Kill 5 Grunthors. They're these dinosaur T-Rex looking creatures or whatever. There's 5 in the game. If you kill all 5 of them, you will get the platinum. You'll get that trophy, and you won't have to replay any levels, or you won't have to kind of hope they spawn. Because the trophy guide says, they're respawning when you replay levels is a little jank. They don't always respawn. Now, you do need to, once you beat the game, you'll load in you can create a challenge mode, which is like a new game plus. So like when you beat the game, it'll load you back to the main menu. It's like you can load your save file, or it'll give you the option. If you hit square, you can create the challenge mode, which is New Game Plus. You roll over all your stuff, your power ups and everything, and it's really cool because you have to like just purchase two guns, like 2 brand new guns. They're like $1 or like 1 bolt a piece, for New Game Plus, and then you can essentially prestige all your guns from there. You can level them up another 5 levels or whatever. And it's really cool because your guns get just beyond super powered. But I ended up having to replay over half of the game again because there's a trophy in there where you have to use a specific type of gun. It's like a shield gun, and what you do is it creates a shield around you, and then that shield explodes, and it sends like a burst out. And you have to kill 10 enemies with projectiles from that shield. So the way it works is this. You have to have the shield open, and then when they shoot at your at your shield, you then have to click the button. It fires those projectiles back at them, as well as your explosion from your shield. Once you get it past level 5, it becomes a new, I can't remember the name of the gun. It's no longer the repulsor. It's like the, I don't remember what it's called, but either way. So like once you have to get it to level 5, and then the kills start for the trophy. And so I watched a video on YouTube, and it was like, oh, here's what you do. You just go load this level of the challenge maps, and then these guys are slower moving, and they have guns or whatever. And you just have to make sure you're far enough away from them that your like blast doesn't kill them. Man, I did that for like an hour or two. And the guy, Brian from PS5 Trophies or whatever, he was like, you end up having to do this 2 or 3 times. I did it for like 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours, something like that. I was like, man, this isn't working. I'm screwing this up. I'll just replay the challenge mode, or go to the challenge mode. And I just kind of replay the levels and then get it natural. I ended up playing the game over halfway to get it naturally. So that was a little grindy for no reason, but the gameplay is so good, it was fine. I enjoyed it, and I could have done it a few hours sooner had I not screwed up the challenge mode thing. Not challenge mode, but the challenges in the main game. Because there's like a little planet you go to, and there's like an arena essentially, and it's got like 3 tiers or whatever, and each tier has like challenges you can do. So it's essentially like wave based kind of shooting stuff. So it's really cool. The game's awesome. I didn't really care for the new characters they introduced. They introduced like a female Lombax, Rivet, and they introduced like a female robot, and it was fine. Like they weren't great characters, but they were
fantastic.
Terrible. You liked them?
I liked the female wombat because I wanted to play a female wombat.
I don't think she was bad. I just thought she was fine. It was whatever. I didn't like the robot that paired up with Ratchet. I really didn't care for that robot.
Interesting.
But then again, Clank's kind of boring too. So I don't know. They were just, it was fine. It wasn't anything. What I really love is I really love Quark. And when you can the Ratchet and Clank All for One on PS4, you can be Ratchet, Clank, Quark, or Dr. Nefarious, because it's a 4-player co-op game. That game is really, really cool. And I wish you could have just had the option to choose who you wanted to be in this one, but it made sense for the story. You played one level as Ratchet, one level as Rivet. I wish they would have interacted together more, because it was set up very much like, did you guys ever play in the Spider-Man, not Into the Spider-Verse, but there's that Web of Shadows?
Yes.
So
I thought you were going to talk about that fucking Spider-Man game where it's like multiplayer.
No. It was the one with or is it the Shattered Dimension?
Friends or Foes?
Yeah,
Remember
Friends or Foes. One? That was fine. I didn't think it was great, but the thing is Shattered Dimensions. One of those two. Anyways, essentially you have to play like Spider-Man 2099 talking to the other Spider-Man through some sort of weird dimensional rift kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's very much how this game made me feel. Like Ratchet and Rivet didn't do anything together, but they would kind of communicate through like a little comm setup that Clank came up with. And it was kind of like unfortunate. It would have been cool to have them interacting more. Maybe that would have like made, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have done anything. But it also would have been cool to be co-op and just be like, oh, we can do missions together. One person being Ratchet, one person being Rivet. I think that would have been cool. Because they've done a co-op game before, so there's no reason why they couldn't do a co-op game again. But overall, it was a great game. I really, really liked it. I thought it was exceptional.
So I haven't finished the game. I'm in the process of trying to finish the game.
Yep.
I currently just got to the archives.
Okay.
I don't know how long after the archives. How close?
There's only like 8 planets, like 7 or 8 planets, and the latter planets are longer than the first few.
Okay.
But I don't know, the Doctor Nefarious and then the Emperor Nefarious, that was kind of dumb. Like
I also didn't like the quest where you had to like run around as the on the dragon's back to collect the food for the dragon.
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't great.
Is that an achievement?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a mission you have to do. So
Okay.
there's one of the collectible Kreger bears is in that level in that cave in Rivet's couch.
I found that one. Yeah.
So those are actually it's not bad. I like the game a lot. It's not the best Ratchet and Clank game, but I really do enjoy it. It is the best looking Ratchet and Clank game by far. And the guns that they decided to use are a little different. You know, like some of them are really, really cool. Like the Rhino is a little different in this one. They didn't have like the disco ball dancing one like they had in the last game.
I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah. So it was overall it was a good game though. I quite enjoyed it. It was that was one of those games that's like a nice, clean, wholesome, good looking, good playing experience that it's like, man, I'd love having these. You know, like one of these every couple of years, you know, send them on. I love it. So I really like the 2016 Ratchet reboot. I think that one was like way better. But this one was still really good. So. Yep, that's me. What about you, Kalai? What you got left?
Let me think. Let's see. I beat that. Oh, I beat Bravely Default 2.
Okay, you've been working on that one for a little while.
I have. It's really, if you like role playing games, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not going to really talk about it much because I'll probably talk about it on the Driftcast, which is a Nintendo podcast. I mean, I did have I think it did have its flaws. It got rid of one of my favorite systems of the Bravely Default system, which is the ability to turn off all the enemies on the map and walk around the map.
It's really weird that they got rid of that.
Yeah, it does. It was one of my favorite features. So the fact that it's not there kind of made the game quite frustrating. No, wasn't the best Bravely Default, but I played it.
Where would you rank it out of the 3 games?
First one would be the best, then this one, and then the Bravely
second layer.
Yeah, the second one. I just didn't, it didn't do anything for me. So.
All right. I'm sure CJ's will be picking your brain about that one because I know he was interested in the Bravely series.
He actually is playing it. We've been going back and forth as he's playing, and I've been giving him tips because there's some really cool characters in the game, or jobs, I should say. And one of the jobs was like the Shield Master. And the Shield Master, all you do is you block. And I'm like, well, this is kind of stupid, but I took it anyways and paired it with more of a offensive class until I realized how powerful the Shield Master was. Joe, if you blocked your friends, you would get an automatically brave point every time you blocked your friends. So you could brave it all the way up to 3 because he's got 3, brave it back down to 0, block, and then continue to make your attacks. And then he would do it all again. It was crazy on how many different times I could just be given turns for free.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe, what you got?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else I've played this week. I played a little bit of ukulele.
Oh, snap.
That game's pretty fun. It plays exactly like Banjo-Kazooie. I know a lot of people that worked on Banjo-Kazooie actually worked on ukulele, and I mean it's a pretty cool game. For those who don't know, like Banjo-Kazooie is like it was like a bird and a bear, and this one's like a wombat and a chameleon, I believe. I think that's what it is. Something like that. Some kind of lizard. And it plays very similar to Banjo-Kazooie. Like you have different power-ups you can unlock. You go and instead of collecting puzzle pieces, you're collecting pages. So instead of jiggies, there's pages. And instead of notes, there's feathers. And it's literally the same game. It's dope and it's fun. I did hook up with Gareth and we played a little bit of Shredder's Revenge.
Oh,
So he helped me get that Super Shredder trophy.
how hard was it to get that?
I can help you get it. I know how to do it now.
Yes, please help me get it.
So yeah, you have to wait until like you beat Shredder and the animation starts, and then you join the game.
Okay.
Then you get it. So I still have to see all the endings, so I have to beat it with one of the turtles, and I don't know which one because I don't remember which one I beat it with. Then I have to beat arcade mode on hard, which I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
I almost got that one.
That one's hard. Hard is hard. It's not easy.
Yep.
First of all, it's not easy beating arcade mode without using a continue, even on like easy. Because some of the later levels, they just do so much damage when they hit you. So, have you played the game online with like 6 people yet, Daryl?
Yeah, I was well.
It's
I think I had 5.
absolutely broken.
Yeah, dude,
Everyone just sits there and uses their power ups, and then like one person actually fights, and then everybody else gets their power ups, and then you rinse and repeat.
Yep.
And when you get to
That's
the
what we were doing.
bosses, you literally just power up spam them, and they're dead in 5 seconds.
Yeah, we were doing
It's-
that. It was like 5 or 6 of us playing online. It was the the PlayStation UK podcast or something like that. PlayStation Podcast UK.
Nice.
It was that group, me and Gareth, and we were playing through. But unfortunately, I had to leave like during the very end of like the playthrough.
Yeah, I
Take
only
my
have 4
kids to
levels
karate.
left, so I only have 4 levels left. What I would tell you to do if you really want the trophy if anybody out there wants the trophy for beating the game without using a continue in arcade mode and beating the game on hard one's kind of hard to get because you have to get lucky. But as far as like you just wait in a lobby until you have like because it tells you how far they are through the game. Once they get to like 76% or like 80%, just hop in someone's game and beat the last few levels with them. And as long as you don't die 3 times, then you get the trophy for beating it without using any continues. So I got it. I didn't play the whole game. I just waited until somebody was like far enough through where I could just jump in their game, and then I just beat it because honestly, you don't die a lot playing with a lot of people because they're just everybody just spams their specials like all day, every day. I finished Gran Turismo 7.
Sweet.
That was dope. Finally, monkeys off my back. And then I auto-popped all the trophies in PS4, so did that. So for anybody out there, they did fix the trophies in Gran Turismo 7. So now you can actually get both set of trophies, and you get the platinum games.
Sweet.
Whereas like before, it locked you out of the first trophy of the game, because once you beat something, it wouldn't let you re-get the trophy. So because it's a server-based game, so it kind of worked like that way. But now they patched it, so all the trophies. That's about it. That's like all I played. Kalai, you play anything else?
Yes, I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I started that on PC and I was having problems because it kept telling me that everything was the X button, which was really weird. It was really weird.
That's what you get for playing on PC.
Wait. So then I'd be like, oh, to pick up this item, hit Y. And then like to jump, press X. To do this, press X. And I'm like, that's really weird. It was interchanging between Xbox controls and PlayStation controls. Even though I was using an Xbox controller. So then I was told to go play it on the actual Xbox. So I said, okay. So I downloaded it on the Xbox. I was like, I'll totally play it there. My game is completely washed out. You can't even look at it. So this game,
what?
It's washed out. The colors are washed out on the game.
Why are they washed out?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Did you get some secret watched out mode that nobody else has?
I have no idea. I'm like on Reddit right now, and people are talking about this. I guess it's a bug. Who the hell knows?
Well, everyone I know that's played the PS4 and PS5 version said it runs great and plays great.
Well, I
If
think
that helps.
I think there's a whole problem of, as a studio like if you're developing a game and you want to develop it for exclusively for PlayStation, but only for a year, and then you move that game to a different console. I think there's problems doing that, and this isn't the only game I've had problems with. I'm playing for the backlog beatdown. I'm trying to play WWE 2K.
Yep.
I am having an absolute trouble time getting past the first match because I'm doing what it's telling me to do, but I felt like I couldn't execute the move I needed to think. So everybody's like, go on YouTube. So I'm like going on YouTube and I'm like looking up, the control schemes. How do I do this? And it can't.
So is it the DDT move?
It's the turnbuckle one, isn't it? Throw him in the corner when he's.
Yep, it's that one.
That's the one I'm having trouble too with that one.
So basically what you have to do in that one is you have to throw them into the turnbuckle and do it like when they're in the corner. It's not an off the top rope move where like you think it would be. And it's just very deceiving how to do it. If you look up on the internet how to do it, it'll tell you right away. Like it'll tell you exactly the buttons to press, and it'll tell you what position the individual needs to do. The game doesn't tell you the right position to do it in.
Yeah, because the game just says when he's groggy in a corner. But if you got him in the actual corner, it does a multitude of moves, but it's not clicking over.
Nope.
Okay, so it's not the version I have.
Nope.
No, it's not it's not the version. It's actually what you're trying to do based on the verbiage that it's what it's asking you to do. Because I was having the same issue myself. Because the only reason I haven't quote beaten the campaign in that game is because I didn't do all the objectives. And that first match
until you do all the objectives.
Yeah, that first match is freaking stumping me. And I can do all of the objectives up to that point. But there's something about my placement or something I'm doing wrong. So I haven't watched a video on it. I was just kind of playing it the other night when you messaged me about it. And I was like, man, this is annoying. I quit.
Yeah, exactly. That's my problem. Like, it's not like I don't want to play the game, but I just couldn't get. And I've tried it multiple times. It's not like I tried it once and gave up.
No, you're not the only person who has a problem with that section of the game.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, if you could send me how to beat that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will round us off with a handful of games that I've been playing this week. I mentioned Destroy All Humans. I mentioned Werewolf. I mentioned Ratchet. I've been playing a little bit of TMNT Shredder's Revenge with the boys. Having a really good time with that game.
How are they liking it?
Oh, yeah. They like it a lot. We're having a blast. So this is definitely a game that we'll keep playing and keep. I'll get that platinum eventually. Put in some Division 2. Quite enjoy that game. It's really, really good. I put it in just so I can get up to a point where I can play it with Tricky, and I really freaking like it. I mean, granted, it's more Division, but like the first Division game was good too. So this one's better.
It's a really good game.
It really
is a really, really good game, and like Tricky is addicted to that game. I don't know if he is more addicted to smoking or playing the Division at this point.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the Division. So, the Divisions, it's a great game that you can play by yourself. You can play it with people online. I'm going to eventually play it with Tricky. We've been trying to, I just told him, he called me the other day. He's like, hey man, just trying to make this thing happen. And basically I told him, I was like, I really, really want to. You're just going to have to like text me when you're playing and I'll either join or I can't.
All the time he's playing. He literally lives on that game.
Yeah, the problem I'm having...
He has a weird schedule, though. Like, because he was playing games like 3 in the morning.
That's because he doesn't get... He works that weird second shift kind of thing right now. Where he's getting off at like 1 or 2 in the morning. I don't even remember.
And they play like 6 in the morning and then goes to bed.
Yep. And so I'm having a hard time just right now because the way my business and my inquiries come in about working with me is just any time of the day or night. So it could be a Saturday afternoon like last week, or it could be Monday morning, whatever. So right now, especially while I'm getting started, I just kind of got to take what comes my way at whatever time it comes my way. So the game I'll kind of I'll end today with is a game called Alien Rage. I talked about it last week when I did the solo section of the episode. Alien Rage, first-person shooter, looks like it's got a lot of Bulletstorm influence. So it looks like this might have been what started that whole game. Very interesting game. If you're thinking about playing it, it's on the PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Premium. It might even be an extra title. I'm not really sure, but it's one of the PS3 streamable games. I've never seen a physical release of this game. Not saying it doesn't exist. I've just never seen one.
No, it's a digital game.
Okay, 19. I've got 19 out of 20 trophies. It does not have a platinum, but the voice actor that plays Marcus Phoenix from Gears. He's the voice actor in this game.
Oh, Joe DiMaggio?
Yeah, I believe so. It sounds just like him. But like it's a decent enough game. The environments are
John DiMaggio, not Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah,
that's a baseball player.
Excuse me. The environments are a little repetitive, which I know I said that last week, so I don't want to repeat myself again. But overall, it's not a bad game. I've been kind of chipping away at it. I've been tinkering around with the brutal trophy. It's brutal. It's hard. So I think I might just kind of continue to chip away at it, just because it's pretty difficult. But I mean, Gareth, shout out to Gareth, friend of the show. He launched a kind of a trophy hunting event in our boost group. So if you're on Facebook and you go to Trophy Looting, that is an amalgamation of the Trophy Horse podcast and the Loot Bros podcast, and like the two groups of friends and fans that listen to those shows. As a place where we can come together and play and boost and hey, I need help with this game. Hey, I need a team for this game. And so one of the things that Gareth had threw out there was a trophy hunting challenge, essentially, where you commit to playing a game that the guide says it's a 1 to 2 difficulty to get the platinum. Pick a game that's a 3 to 4. Pick a game that's a 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 9 to 10 difficulty, and kind of put your list out there and then chip away at them. It's a very interesting, very cool idea. So I've been kicking around the idea of entering in this little competition and using maybe Alien Rage as one of my games, because I just got to do the last hard trophy. But it doesn't have a platinum, so I don't even know if it counts. It's 100%. But I don't know. I've been thinking about playing with the guys. It's a really cool idea, really cool concept. I want to support it, even if I don't participate in it. I want to put it out there on the show. If you're looking for more groups to get involved in and more community events, because we constantly have stuff going and turning. Trophy Looting is a Facebook group that we have, and there's some cool things going on in there. Joe, Kalai, you guys got anything you want to add?
Nope.
I mean, I've played Tetris Effect.
Yeah,
I beat it game. Actually. Yeah, I beat the game. There's a campaign, so you can actually beat the campaign. There's credits and everything. So
did you play the VR version or non-VR version?
Non-VR. I don't have VR, but that game is absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just a great game. Like, honestly, like, it's like, if you like Tetris, you'll like this game. It makes me want to buy that Pac-Man, the new Pac-Man game that came out. It's like $40, so I'm like very skittish. But
what's that?
I like Pac-Man a lot. So I think it's like Pac-Man Museum Plus or whatever. Like, just came out.
Oh, I got hair in my mouth. I wonder how the trophies are on that game on Tetris Effect.
They're not terrible. They're just grindy. Like, you can do them if you just play Tetris enough and you play it like every friggin' day. Like, you'll eventually get them. Like, you'll eventually get it. If you play Tetris every day, you'll get them. But that's the only way you're getting them. Unless you're like a Tetris master, then you'll get them too. But I'm okay at Tetris, but to get the final trophy to beat the game, you need to actually play a full game of Tetris and beat it. So you need to get 90 rows.
Dang.
And I did it, and it was one of the coolest things I did all year. Was beat that last level, because it was hard, and I played it for about an hour and a half straight to beat it. Like, I was like, all right, awesome. I got 40, I got 60 lines, I got 67 lines. I can get up to 75, and then I just kept stalling it at like 75 range. Because for those you don't know, if you play Tetris, like, the speed changes as you play. The speed in which the tetronomes fall, like, changes. So it goes from like a 1 speed to a 2 to a 3. But when you're in the last world, it like goes from like a 1 to a 2 to like a 7. So then like a 10, it's the fastest speed that they drop at. So there's like they drop so fast, you need to figure out what you're gonna do with them before they're dropping. So it's just very hectic and very crazy. But the way that this game works is like there's kind of like a power meter thing, like a power up meter. So like when they're falling quickly, if you can make them like stop fast enough, or if you fill up the meter, you can decrease the difficulty level again back to like or the speed level back to like a 3 or a 2, and it's like more manageable. So, but the game's phenomenal. It's a really really sweet Tetris game. I love Tetris. I played a ton of Tetris on my Game Boy as a kid, and then I really like Tetris DS. Like that's probably my second favorite Tetris game ever. And I really like Tetris Effect, and I always wanted it, but like again, $40 to play Tetris was expensive, and I didn't want to play it. And then eventually, it came to PlayStation. It's on PlayStation Premium for those that have the service, so you can go check it out there.
Sweet.
Daryl's like, I'm going to play that now.
Dude, I'm actually looking for it. I actually stopped at the Marvel Puzzle Quest because they got the PS4 version of that up.
Wait, the PS4 version?
Yes, that's what it says. I was like, I didn't know there was a PS4 version of this game.
No, there's a PS4 version?
It's what it said. I'm looking at it right now. It says on the PS4 Premium, it says PS4 version.
What? I didn't even know there was a PS4 version.
I
Because
didn't
we only had
either.
the PS3 version for years.
So if you, it's so funny because if you click on the full game, it says stream. But if you click on game, it says download. I'm downloading that junk. I'm downloading it now. I didn't know there was a PS4 version.
I didn't think there ever was.
It's like Candy Crush, but with Marvel characters.
I mean, you should check out that the other game that I was playing the last week. What was it? Harvest Moon, the Harvest Moon Dash. It's like a match 3 Harvest Moon or match 5, like a grid match Harvest Moon game. It's like really good.
All right, yeah, I'm downloading Tetris Effect and that Marvel game.
It's on PS4, you said?
That's what it's on. Yeah, on the.
You said that 9 Monkeys game was good.
9 Monkeys of Shaolin. Yeah, that game's awesome.
Bro, we gotta land a plane because now we're just chit chatting about games we need to download at this point. This is getting like sacred symbols long.
There you go. All right, well, let's get out of here. This has been the Loot Bros Podcast. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Kalai. Thank you so much for everyone who listens and downloads the show. If you participate in any of our community events, we would love feedback for next year's events. I put some stuff out there in the last episode as well, just kind of asking some questions. I'd love to hear from you guys. This is it. That's all we got. Lots of game talk today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So next week, I'm going to talk about games twice as long. No, next week, I'll be in Florida all week at the theme park. So the only thing I'll be playing next week is beta.
Switch.
I got the Switch charged. I had to buy my last trip that we made about a month and a half ago. I had to buy a freaking Switch charger because I couldn't find any of my Switch chargers. Got a new Switch charger. Got the Switch charged, sitting right beside me.
Wait, why did you need to buy a new Switch charger?
Because I didn't have one, and I've got USB-C cords everywhere. But I would sit there and I'd let it sit on charge for 2 and 3 days, and it wouldn't charge.
Don't do that. I'll break your Switch.
Oh well, too late now. I had to order a Switch charger.
That's weird. I use backup batteries to charge my Switches.
My name is Pedro. My name is Pedro is a good game too, Darrell.
Yeah, it's a wild game. That game's got cool physics. No, so I've got this desk that's got USB ports built into it, and I keep my Apple Watch charger, my phone charger, all that stuff hooked up to it. I put a USB-C cord on there. It charges my iPad like it would with an iPad brick, right? Because you know how it is. If you put like a regular brick and you plug your iPad up, it won't charge. So I charge my iPad. I'm like, surely it'll charge the Switch. Nope, nothing.
Which iPad do you have?
The 7th gen. It's like 2 years old.
Dude, why couldn't they give us the friggin'
8 gen?
Retro City Rampage for PS4?
8 gen, that's what it is. I got 8 gen. Did you guys see we're getting Dino Crisis for freaking PS Plus?
Yeah. I'm just praying we get trophies, and we're not going to.
Oh, I know. We're not going to. But
praying, Darrell. Every day.
Do it.
Every day when I
I'm
go to
praying
bed.
too.
Praying every night.
I'll do it. Let's go.
And I'm
all right.
praying
all
that
right.
they add trophy support for the other damn games.
Loot Bros Podcast. We're to freak out of here.
Oh, we're still recording?
All right, guys and gals, you've heard this one before. This one is Never Alone, originally by one of our little side projects, Surrender the Ghost, then kind of remastered, re-released through the Ninja Loot, Apple iTunes, Google Store, Amazon, all that good stuff. This song is called Never Alone. It's also on Spotify, Ninja Loot. Go get it.
From your way.